Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo, Africa. To learn more, visit danfo.africa.
Peace, family. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you all. Thanks so much for joining. Make sure you hit that like button again. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. I appreciate all of you guys. Again, I appreciate everyone who is here. Thank you for rocking with me. I will put the link in the chat room here shortly so you guys can call in and add your 2 cents or opinion to the conversation. Got a couple of announcements. We are rolling to Cape Town. We are still rolling to Cape Town. That is March 25th to April 2nd. March 25th to April 2nd for the Cape Town Jazz Festival. If you're interested in joining us, please visit danfo.africa. Again, if you're interested in joining us, please visit danfo.africa. We'll greatly appreciate it. We're also rolling to Senegal in May. I said March. We're rolling to Senegal in May for the Senegal Jazz Festival. Then we are going to Nigeria in August for Oshun Festival. After that, we're going to Zanzibar in September. Then Ghana and Ivory Coast in November. So if you're interested in joining, please visit danfo.africa. Again, if you're interested in joining, please visit danfo.africa to learn more. Let's jump into today's topic. And shout out to Brandon. This channel is no longer Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. What's Brandon's channel? Defiant Brandon. Is it Defiant Brandon? Let me shout out. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Brandon. But Brandon's the one that sent me this article. Now, I forgot Brandon's argument. I don't know if Brandon's argument was that America would never, or is his argument that the Sahel would never want to do business with America again? I forgot his argument, but I'm guessing that's what his argument is. And people were saying, oh, the Sahel is getting rid of the West. They're going to cut the West off. They're done with the West. They're moving on from the West. And Brandon's like, nah, not so fast. I'm thinking that's Brandon's argument. The Sahel will do business with the West or have some type of cooperative agreement with the West in regards to the resources. So Brandon sent me, and it's Defiant Brandon. Oh, guys, make sure you go subscribe to Brandon. Let me put the link to Brandon's YouTube page in the chat room. Let's see here. Yep, Defiant Brandon. Y'all show Brandon some love. All right, y'all show Brandon some love. Our brother Brandon. Yeah, it's Defiant Brandon, you guys. Just type in at Defiant Brandon. There you go. That's the link. Just type that in and it'll come up. Well, this is from Africa Business Insider. America returns to the Sahel as top U.S. official heads to Mali for reset talks. And if you guys don't know, I know the United States of America, I know all of the countries in the Sahel were on their ban list as far as not being able to come into America. And the Sahel reciprocated, said, okay, if you're a U.S. citizen, you can't come here. So now I guess that brought the U.S. to the table, and they're about to negotiate some new terms. The United States is taking cautious steps to re-engage Mali's military-led government, signaling a pragmatic shift in Washington's Africa policy as geopolitical competition in the Sahel intensifies. The United States is re-engaging with Mali's military-led government in response to geopolitical competition in the Sahel. The U.S. Bureau of African Affairs expressed intentions of diplomatic recalibration of emphasizing respect for Mali's sovereignty. Mali's security partnerships have shifted towards Russia, forming a key bloc in alliance of Sahel states. The U.S. strategic re-engagement is driven by Mali's critical mineral resources and its significant role in global supply chains. According to a statement from the U.S. Bureau of African Affairs on X, Senior Bureau official Nick Checker is traveling to Bamako to convey Washington's respect for Mali's sovereignty and his desire to chart a new course in the bilateral relationship after past policy missteps. The visit comes at a sensitive moment. Mali, alongside Burkina Faso and Niger, forms the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, a bloc that has formally broken away from ECOWAS and reoriented its security partnerships towards Russia. Historically, the United States has maintained a hard line against military coups, often responding with sanctions, aid, suspensions, and diplomatic isolation. Well, it depends. Now, if these coups are in the best interest of America, you know America supports it. So it just depends. Mali's repeated coups since 2020 were, under normal circumstances, placed it firmly outside Washington's comfort zone. Why Washington is re-engaging Mali? U.S. re-engagement with Mali is anchored in strategic, economic, and security interests rather than a softening of Washington's stance on military rule. Mali is one of Africa's leading gold producers and holds reserves of lithium and uranium, placing it at the center of the global race for its critical minerals. As the United States seeks to reduce dependence on Chinese-controlled supply chains and counter Russia's growing role in Mali's extractive sector, renewed diplomatic engagement has become a strategic necessity. Security considerations are equally central. Mali sits within a Sahelian corridor that directly affects U.S. counterterrorism operations across West Africa. Although U.S. forces withdrew from Mali in 2022, American intelligence networks continue to monitor militant movements across the region. Mali's geographic position links instability in Burkina Faso and Niger to northern Nigeria, where U.S. Oh, guys, so the airport attack in Niamey in Niger, I think that was Friday or Saturday. It was actually some radical Islamists from northern Nigeria that played a role in that, but that's another topic. So some radical Islamists from northern Nigeria partner with ISIS to carry out that attack on Niamey airport. Security considerations are equally central. Mali sits within a Sahelian corridor that directly affects U.S. counterterrorism operations across West Africa. Although U.S. forces withdrew from Mali in 2022, American intelligence networks continue to monitor militant movements across the region. Mali's geographic position links instability in Burkina Faso and Niger to northern Nigeria, where U.S.-backed intelligence corporation supports efforts to track and disrupt extremist groups. Engagement with Bamako, therefore, supports Washington's broader Sahel security architecture rather than signaling approval of military governance. It also reflects a wider U.S. effort to regain strategic ground in Africa after President Donald Trump's aid cuts reduced American influence and created openings for rival powers offering fewer political conditions. All right, guys, what are your thoughts? I'll put the link in the chat room. If you guys want to call in and add to the conversation, you're more than welcome to call in and add to the convo. You know, we can talk about it. I wish Brandon was here, because I like to hear Brandon. I like to hear his take on this. Like I said, I wish he was around. Yeah, I wish Brandon was here, because I know Brandon was like, the U.S. is going to get back involved and they'll still be playing a role in the Sahel. Yeah, but there's been several coups. But let's guys, this is from DW. This is from the coup from 5 years ago. Fair use, fair use, fair use. And see, and this is the norm. So let me play this real quick. And so I understand why there's some people, because if you guys don't know, in Burkina Faso they dissolved the opposition party, all the opposition parties, and then there was supposed to be an election, but they didn't hold the election. So this seems like it's the strategy whenever there's a military coup. They say, "Hey, we're gonna have elections," but I don't think Mali, guys, has Mali had an election? Guys, has Mali had an election? Since the coup?
Soldiers guard the residence. Mali's President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta in the capital, Bamako. He and Prime Minister Boubou Sese were detained here on Tuesday. As rumors of a coup spread, President Keïta appeared on state television announcing his resignation.
I want no blood to be spilled to keep me in power, and that's why I would like to thank the Malian people for their warmth. I am telling you now that I'm resigning from my position as the president and all my other positions, and I announce the dissolution of the assembly and the government.
West African bloc ECOWAS responded forcefully to the coup, isolating Mali through border closures, suspending financial flows, and called for sanctions against coup organizers and their supporters. Speaking on state television, coup leaders say they're acting in the country's best interests.
People of Mali, we are not holding on to power, but we are holding on to the stability of the country, which will allow us to organize within an agreed reasonable time frame general elections to equip Mali with strong institutions which are able to better manage our everyday lives and restore confidence between the government and the governed.
Many Malians welcomed the coup. Crowds frustrated with the president and his government spurred the soldiers on. Some ransacked and burned government offices.
We have come out today to call for the total resignation of President Keïta because we heard there were shots fired by the military, and we've come out to help our soldiers get rid of the president.
We are tired. The country is paralyzed, and I do not want this government.
The soldiers began their mutiny at a base on the outskirts of Bamako, the same base that saw a 2012 army uprising that opened the way to Keïta's presidency. Heavily armed troops were later seen escorting a vehicle believed to be carrying the president.
We're very happy because this is a liberation for the people of Mali. All of Mali's people were waiting for this day. All of Mali's people were waiting for the president and his men to allow us to breathe.
Keita has faced weeks of opposition protests calling for his departure after disputed parliamentary elections earlier this year. Much of the country is already outside the control of the government and struggled to contain an armed insurgency that's claimed thousands of lives. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera.
Let's speak now to our...
All right, go ahead, Ola. Go ahead, Ola.
Oh, hi, Dennis.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, I was asking, you know, this 10,000, oh, what's it called? Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, 10,000 visa bond on US visitors. I think it's for business and tourist visas.
I don't know much about it, but I think it's something new.
Yeah, it's a reciprocal bond, like visa bond, because America's put 10,000 visa bond on those three countries. So I think all three have also put it on them. But since they're an alliance, like a federation, what I don't know is whether if America decide to remove it from Mali, if say they manage to come to an agreement, will that affect the other two since they're a federation? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
Yeah, if anyone who knows about it could come on and clarify.
I would think they would have to.
Yeah, because what they said is whatever affects one affects all. So if America's
but is that really the case? Like, can each individual country make their own, decisions without having to get input from the other two?
So what you're saying is that they're not cooperating in all aspects, but in certain.
Oh, well, I'm sure they will. I'm sure once they Hey, Ola, are you part of any AO groups? I see you have the AO masquerade on you. It's called AO, is it? The masquerade on your profile pic.
Oh yeah, I'm Yoruba, ain't it?
yeah. But are you part of any
yeah,
AO?
No, my dad was one of their chiefs, like one of their leaders. So
okay. Are you still connected?
Yeah.
Whatever I don't know, chapter
I'm trying
that he's part of.
I am going to eventually, because I'm gonna eventually move to Nigeria. So yeah, I'll definitely will. Yeah. Yeah, I've reached that age now.
Yeah, I'm mad I missed the AO festival. It was end of December. I'm mad I missed it.
Oh, you did? Oh
yeah. I've been wanting to go to one for years, but I just never knew when it was gonna be. Then they finally just had it.
Yeah, I think was it 3 years ago or 4 years ago? I was there 3-4 years ago. Yeah, that was a big one. Yeah. Yeah, but it's really it's such an occasion. And
yeah, but like I said, I'm not sure how that's gonna affect the other two if Mali makes a deal with the US.
It's going to be very controversial since they're like deep in the pockets of Russia right now, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, but what's Big Daddy US comes knocking? That shit don't matter. Yeah. US is the big dog on the block, so Yeah. What's the US
America to be is to be consistent with these people, because right now it's not like before where you just roll in and they just kind of like lie down and they rub your stomach kind of thing. All these African countries are all now waking up. So if I was America should have more or less use its soft power rather than because the African countries are now kind of like being influenced by the East now, more or less, because if they think they're gonna get certain things from somewhere like Kenya, or Zambia, for instance, where the Chinese have more or less built their infrastructure, then they'll be thinking, oh, after 50-60 years, Britain and America hasn't done anything for us, so why don't we look somewhere else if there's an option? Most of them are getting that option right now.
Yeah, Brandon, you got a feedback, but let me pass it to Brandon because I know Brandon got. I'm passing Brandon.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Can you hear me okay?
You good enough. Go ahead.
No, just tell me, is it bad or is it good? Because if it's bad, I could try to go through a different browser. I think it's been the browser this whole time.
No, that show Figueroa Street Metro PCS phone.
Right. I'm gonna just come back in.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Cuddy. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. I got you. I got you. Go ahead.
Salute chat. Salute Dinus. Salute panel. To touch on your topic, Dinus, they gonna try to get back in because they missing money and they need access to the resources. But it don't matter if Trump them come back through. See, Trump messed up when he started the beef. When he thought they was gonna make these boys out here fold. They not gonna fold up. China and Russia filled the void of America. So whatever Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger need, they can get it. They getting machinery. They getting everything they need. But they gonna listen. They gonna see what they talking about. But they don't gotta do no. They don't gotta bow down.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't gotta bow down. So it really don't matter what Trump. You know they're gonna come talking though. They're gonna come asking because this the richest. I say from Senegal to shit, man. You know it's rich, man. The whole continent rich. So the resources here, it's all about how hard they gonna beg for them. That's what it's gonna be all about.
Yeah, what you're saying is true. The thing is that Mali, Burkina Faso, all the way to Libya, that's like the gold corridor, like from Libya coming down.
Man, it's all over the place, bro. Ain't no in particular country. All these countries got gold, uranium, diamonds.
I'm very much aware of that. What I'm saying is the gold. I'm just focusing on the gold because Mali.
It's gold.
No, yeah, I understand. Mali that's the reason why we have the Mansa Musa empire, like the old Ghana Empire, the Soninka Empire and all that, because that was the gold corridor throughout West Africa, even all the way down to South Africa. But
yeah,
if you look at Mali and Burkina Faso, because of lack of infrastructure from the French, they weren't able to develop their mining industry like Ghana did, because Ghana wasn't restricted by the British colonial masters. So Ghana was able to get the help from South Africa to
that's why Ghana having that problem with their rivers, because the Chinese
no. That's only in the last 10 years. Before that, Ghana's rivers wasn't being touched. I mean, what's happening now, the Galamsey, is what happened in San Francisco, like in the American gold rush, where the Chinese and everybody came in. You know, this isn't new. I mean, it happened in America 100 years ago. The Chinese came in, everybody else went in, and the same thing is happening today in Ghana. But what I'm saying is, I'm not touching on that. I'm touching about like proper the main mining industry, where the French didn't actually built the infrastructure of Burkina Faso and Mali. So those places have still got.
They tried to destroy the trucks when they got kicked out, but they couldn't destroy the machinery. But they got mining infrastructure. Yeah, I'm into that business out here, bro.
Yeah, I understand.
I could probably hit you up on some games about what's going on with the mining and the precious metal industry. But that's what I'm into. That's my business. I got.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's good that the what's this guy Toure has come in now, because if they had the old previous government, I mean, they'll still be pandering to the French. But now that they've got this guy and the other guy in Mali, they'll be able to be independent, or more or less semi-independent.
Yeah, they've been working hard for 4 years now. 4 years,
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I got,
Ain't
got,
nobody
got,
importing no
got,
more food.
let me pass the mic to Brandon real quick. I'm passing the man say. Go ahead, Brandon.
All right, is that any better?
Go ahead, Rock.
Okay. So basically, first, I would like to say this. Out of all these buck dancing coons that come up here, I'm the only one who produced any real intel and gave any real predictions that actually came to fruition. Let's get that established first. That's because I'm not up here arguing like a petulant child, ignorant of the geopolitical processes of this globe. It doesn't matter who you are, you're going to have to play ball with the rest of the international community led by the United States of America. Most recently, the Secretary General of NATO made it very clear: if you believe that NATO or any other U.S.-led organization, global organization, can survive without the U.S., you're dreaming. So if someone who used to be the Prime Minister of Norway and is now the Secretary General of NATO understands the necessity of having the U.S. involved in these security issues, then somebody like Traore or some low-level leader, they're not going to really sway what I think either way. Here's what they said, Dynas. Traore's not messing with the United States. He said no to imperialism. They said that this guy drew a line in the sand that could not be crossed with Western imperialism. Next thing we know, he's taking loans from the IMF. Next thing we know they're having discussions with the U.S. about security cooperation. That's a long way away from what these dudes were saying before, Dynas, where they were telling us that the Sahel states drew a line in the sand that they weren't going to cross. Dynas, this is much ado about nothing. They will be right back in the same position they were in 3 years ago or 4 years ago in about a year or two, because the reality is this: the Muslim extremism is sponsored by the governments. And because the governments are sponsoring the Muslim extremism, they really can't go up against it. Also, because there is religious connection there. So it's almost like if I go against the terrorists, I could become a pariah within my own religion, which for radical Muslims and regular Muslims, that trumps all, right?
Hey, hold on. If I get interject real quick, Cuddy, he kind of has a point because the way
Nah,
Muslims, hold on, Cuddy, let me finish. He kind of has a point because the way Muslims were caping for the killers of Malcolm X, he kind of has a point a little bit on that. But go ahead,
That's
Cuddy,
American Muslims, though.
but Cuddy, let Brandon finish and I'll pass it to you. Go ahead, Brandon. I got to pass the man say that. Pass it to you. Go ahead, Cuddy. Go ahead, Brandon.
You can talk to any Muslim on earth. I have great friends who are Muslims, and they will tell you, even though we are not radical extremist Islamists, we don't speak out against the radical extremist Islamists because they will basically get turned on by the rest of the Islamic world.
Cuddy, he kind of has a point there.
Look, I'll give you a prime example.
Muslims, yeah.
I'll give you a prime example, Dynas. Let me show you something that's pure stupidity. Everybody got an issue with Israel, right? Israel got one country, Israel. Muslims got 57 countries. But when everybody's talking bad about Israel and they want to get rid of Israel, you don't see a single one of those countries say, you know what? We got 57 countries. Let's go build up and become more prosperous than Israel. Why? You know, there are countries within those countries that are like, Israel is no threat to us. We're way more powerful than Israel. But they can't say the obvious facts because they'll be turned on, Dynas. So that's the reality. There are Muslims in this world who are far richer than any Jewish person could ever dream of, like the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, right? But the thing the point I'm making is this: this is a circular situation in the Sahel, and no matter how much you cheer it, no matter how much you praise it, it's most likely going to end the same way. And that's what Donald Trump is realizing in the last 30 seconds. What Donald Trump knows as a businessman is this: you can't save a group of people from themselves. What other presidents in the past have done is they have tied U.S. support to human rights issues and in democracy. So they would pull back, withdraw aid and security from these countries if they didn't have a democratically elected president and they were committing human rights abuses, right? Trump basically said this: if they want to live under dictatorship and squalor, let them. But the United States has a vested interest in keeping those terrorists suppressed in the Sahel region. So if we have to let them have a dictator to do that, we're going to let them have it. And if you really want to know, the black guy who was leading AFRICOM was the biggest problem, because he was doing things the old way, where he was where he was withholding assistance if they were making human rights violations or if they weren't operating under democracy. This new white man, he came and said, bump that. He said, we gonna help y'all get rid of these terrorists, but let me tell you what's gonna happen. The Sahel will give the United States a king's ransom in those resources if they're gonna get that help. And if they're smart, they'll do just like Kenya, the country I'm sitting in right now. Get with AFRICOM, work with AFRICOM to make your country great again. And I'm telling you, Dynas, I was on that plane. Tourism in Kenya is exploding. While these dudes are over there in that dust, in those dust bins, talking about some dictatorship and pop and all that, tourism in Kenya is exploding.
Oh, I know,
Kenya
I know.
is safer than it's ever been, and those Sahel countries should follow suit.
All right, let me pass it to Cuddy, then I'm gonna pass it to man say. Go ahead, Cuddy, then I'm pass it to man say. Brandon, do not interrupt Brandon. Let him talk. Go ahead, Cuddy, then I'm pass it to man say.
That's the best you could do, big boy tourism. You better get hold of some resources. But see, that's what you buck dancing black folk can't comprehend. You can't comprehend having access to resources. Just like Donald Trump, bankrupt Donald, can't comprehend having access to resources, creating products. See, when you got access to resources, you don't need America. You need America for what? Give me one thing that these boys in the Sahel would need America for. And you forgot to mention, your government sponsors the terrorists, dope fiends. And I'm going to land with that.
All right, let me pass it to man say. Go ahead, man say.
Can he give us some proof of that? Can he prove that the United States is sponsoring terrorist groups?
Google it.
I know, Brandon.
Go ahead, man say.
So here's the
It's
thing.
open source information.
I had to correct Brandon on something, because he said that the AES states is, even though they're anti-imperialist, they don't mind working with people. I mean, he's not even aware that they got partnership with Sweden, the Netherlands, Norway, and all the other EU countries. So it's not just the US. That's the first thing I got to correct him. And number two, you said that because Kenyan economy is booming, but how are the people feeling in Kenya? They're upset because of the unemployment rate, because they got foreign investment. What IB is doing is you're creating these jobs so they can sustain themselves and have also food sovereignty. So
He has a point,
Kenya
Brandon.
even though Kenya might be booming now, but the people are not happy there. But the people in Burkina Faso, including myself, who got family in Burkina Faso, they're happy because they never seen stuff like this. I mean, is he not aware that they have their own manufacturing company for EVs over there in Burkina Faso? They don't have that in Kenya. And guess what? They own it. And then on top of that is when IB took power, he didn't go and just kick all the foreign companies. He went and bought most of them back. He didn't do what the shit that Hugo Chavez did. When Hugo Chavez came to power in Venezuela, he went and kicked those companies out. And that's why they got those sanctions.
Brandon, you can respond, and I'm gonna pass it to Johnny.
Yeah, just all this stuff is purely subjective. None of it is objective, Dynas. The unemployment rate of Kenya is 5.7%, which is in line with the unemployment rate in many countries around the world. Go to the unemployment rate of a place like Mali or Burkina Faso.
But Nairobi got the biggest slums in
Africa. But
Okay,
I have a question for you, Brandon.
But nobody is letting me speak. I let everybody speak respectfully.
Man say let Brandon finish, because he's right. Brandon's doing good today. He didn't interrupt nobody.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Right. So here's the thing right here, Dinus. We could talk all we want to, but anybody with a brain in their head would prefer to live in Kenya over Mali, Burkina Faso, or Niger, right? Because you can't be happy truly if you live in an unstable place. You not only have a threat of Islamic extremism, you also have the threat of government coups that can pop up any day. God forbid Traore could get assassinated tomorrow. We have a very low likelihood that William Ruto is going to be assassinated. And what people don't understand, Dinus, is that Kenya once was like the countries in the Sahel, where they were dealing with Somalian terrorism, malls and stuff getting shot up and all that. They worked with AFRICOM. They established
Blew up the
stability.
American
And now,
embassy in
and now
Nairobi.
they, excuse me, emotional Negro. So now,
Oh my God. This is funny.
I ain't laughing, man. I ain't laughing.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, finish, Brad. Brad, you got 30 seconds, Brad.
Okay, 30 seconds. So here's the thing. So now that they have stability, they deal with the same issues that any country deal with. But what I would say is Kenya's unemployment rate is more attributed to the bad deals they made with the Chinese than to anything going on with the United States of America. And Kenya is realizing that it was smarter to align economically with America than the Chinese, because the Chinese, what they do is if they build something and you can't pay, they take all your employment. They put Chinese people in those positions, the jobs in those places, and that hurt drastically, has a negative impact on your unemployment rate. So I've been over here, bro, for years.
So can I respond to Brandon?
I got to pass somebody. I got people writing. Go ahead, Johnny.
All right.
What's going on, Donis?
Peace.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing bad about Kenya. You know, I mean, I was just there in December and stuff. It's pretty cool. You know, it's not. They got a lot going for them out in Kenya. I got nothing bad for Kenya.
It's excellent.
Okay, excellent. Shout out to Kenya. But when we talk about the stability of countries, right? We think about how distable the countries on the West are, such as the Sahel nations. And I think that partly what they're trying to do is fix that. They see that they've been aligned with Western powers since the inception of these countries, since the inception of Upper Volta, Mali and Niger. So they're trying to do something different. They see that the problem in there, the bug, if you would, is the Western influence and the imperialism or colonialism, as we might put it. So yeah, they're willing to talk and meet with the U.S. for interests economically. They're willing to meet for interests strategically, just like they do with anybody. Any nations will, you got to come to the table and talk, especially because of the strategic interest that Russia looks into these countries for. So they're obviously trying to, come up with partnerships. They're obviously trying to come up with alliances and try to make deals and stuff and see who's saying what at the table and everything. Bring things to the table, talk about it, and we'll come out to a conclusion on the other side. To disrupt the partnership, mainly with Russia. I think that's behind it more than anything else. Anything that could be beneficial to, today. They have ways to go in and destabilize countries, but I think what they're trying to do more than anything is try to win influence, or at least show good faith, right? And in the end, all the Sahel nations win because you got these two superpowers that are kind of trying to bargain for your influence, right? I think that's important, but I think that kind of how the Sahel nations are operating. My understanding, I remember you was asking about it earlier, Dinus. I think that I read somewhere they're trying to do like a joint parliament, I think, with Sahel. So what happened will kind of indirectly, what happens in Niger will indirectly affect the rest of the Sahel nations. But I'm not sure if it'll be like, this law's passed here, so it's going to be the rule of the land everywhere, or if that's still in the early stages and stuff. Like they want to do the passports, and they're considering currency that's not tied to the Western nations and stuff as well. Naturalizing the key resources and try to share them amongst each other. So it's yet to be seen. the effects is just a conversation for now. We'll see what happens. I think it's too early to actually make a move on it, but I think that it's just as far as positioning goes, it shows they can kind of go up against Western influences, kind of reject this, and then reciprocate with this, and now we still are in that negotiating and talking stage, where it's something that a lot of African countries have never really been in a position to do. So now they're kind of forcing their hand to the table. That's how I see it, at least. And if it's going to be a dictatorship or if they capitulate, we'll see. But I just think they're still standing strong on their stance of anti-imperialism and everything. But you still have to do deals with certain countries. It's just what they're looking for, what the deals are. If they're more, if it's just something that's more fair, like how China deals, they do deal in kind of shady ways where they do come back and take more. But in a lot of African countries, that's yet to be seen too. They haven't really done that. So right now, this just looks like a lot of major investments. It tried it where?
They tried it in Kenya. They tried to take the whole Kenyan port just 3 years ago. You don't remember that?
Yeah. Okay. All right. But anyway, just to end my point, I'll just say that it's yet to be seen. We'll see what comes from it. And they're in a good position, I think, overall. It's a conversation that's supposed to happen as good as happening. And the Sahel, to me, they didn't lose no ground from this. They only gained it. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. I think I agree with your point. Because
let me pass the mic to DMV Pat first. Go ahead, DMV Pat.
Okay.
Unmute yourself.
All right, Brandon, you say that the U.S. is going into the Sahel to provide stability, help fight terrorists, but when Traore and company came into power, when they kicked the French out, they also kicked the U.S. out. So what has the U.S. been doing the entire time they've been there? They haven't done anything. What terrorists have they killed? There's no notable names.
No, the U.S. pulled out with the defense stuff when Biden first got elected in 2020. Traore didn't come into power until 2022, and the reason the Biden administration pulled out is because of human rights violations and what they thought was a subversion of democracy, where they were suppressing elections and stuff. So the United States always was like they were in a support role, but when you do certain things that the United States doesn't like, they withdraw. So they majority withdrew on their own, and their embassy is still there with people in it. So what are you talking about?
I'm talking about militarily. They've been there. They had a drone base there. What drones did those terrorists kill?
But embassy closed, bro. The French were handling the counterterrorism in the Sahel, bro, not the United States. They were there in support.
America was here too.
They had a drone base. They had a military bases there.
You could build a drone base because you can have a drone base because it's close, because it's a place where you get cheap land, and those drones could fly all over Africa. Having a base somewhere don't mean that you're there fighting. You're the primary source of counterterrorism assistance. That, like, I don't know why y'all act like y'all can't compartmentalize things that are going on in Africa.
But what did they do with those? Name a significant kill any of those drones had.
They did what they were asked to do.
What do you mean doing what? If you have an issue with terrorists, wouldn't you want those drones to blow up those terrorists? That's the point of you being there.
Is when you're in another country, you do what you're asked to do. You don't just roll in like the sheriff's in town now, we're going to just start running stuff. You do what you're asked to do. If you're asked to give assistance, you do that, and then you don't overstep. This is what you guys don't understand. The Muslim leadership in those countries is in collusion with the terrorists. That is why Tinubu did not want the United States to bomb those terrorist installations, because he's in bed with them, because he is also a Muslim and gets elected because of his preferential treatment of Muslims in the north. So you can't just go in another sovereign country and start running roughshod over the country. You do what you're asked, and many times these countries don't ask because they're in collusion and in cahoots with the terrorists.
Why would
Can
they
I
be?
chip in with Tinubu's situation, please, Brandon? I think I disagree with you when you say that Tinubu is in bed with the terrorists up there, because I mean, despite the fact that he's a Muslim, you have to remember also it's Yoruba, and your tribe comes before religion. And if you're talking about the previous government, the previous leader, the guy who died, yeah, that everyone knew those are his people. That's Fulani.
So
You
why?
know?
So why didn't Tinubu bomb the terrorist installations?
Yeah,
Tinubu,
because he asked America to get some equipment from America.
I'm asking
America didn't want to buy it, sell it to him. It's only
I'm asking,
recently that they've got the equipment, and now that they've got the equipment,
I'm
they're
going to ask
able
you.
to. Yeah,
I'm
go
going to
on.
ask you a simple question. Tinubu was quick to bomb the Niger coup plotters with his advanced fighter jets. He never moves towards
Benin, that's Benin.
That's Benin.
Benin, sorry, Benin. But he never moves to bomb terrorist installations because he's in cahoots. What government?
No, I doubt that.
Hey,
I
no,
doubt
let me,
that.
hold on, Brandon. Let me interject. Hey, so Ola, so it's been reported, and I played a video that attack that took place in Niger at the airport in Niamey, there were Nigerian rebels that were part of that.
Yeah,
From northern
so but
Nigeria.
that's got
They were
nothing to
involved
do
in
with
that.
Tinubu, though. That's got
Yeah, well,
nothing to do with Tinubu.
we're not saying Tinubu was involved, but you know, what's going on in Nigeria is spilling in the northern
But I'm
Nigeria.
happy that America's giving him some equipment now to be able to fight, because they've been asking for those equipment for years, but America didn't want to release it. You see, that's the problem.
Question?
Yeah, then I got to pass the mic to Afro. Go ahead. Last question.
As Prince of Oruro, if you are fighting terrorist insurgents and you have fighter jets that are capable of dropping missiles on terrorist installation, if you truly wanted to stop the terrorism, would you not be sending those jets damn near every day, bombing those terrorists to the point where they're suppressed, to where you don't have them kidnapping people from government buildings, Dynas?
Of course.
Okay, so Tinubu doesn't ever do that. He has the means, he has the resources. He doesn't need a single thing from the United States. Just like Kenya, he can fly his jets whenever he wants to, as we witnessed in the Benin situation. You guys make nothing but excuses, and that's why your countries look the way they do. Man up, take some accountability, hold people accountable, and maybe you'll be able to give your sons and daughters a future that they deserve in your country instead of mine.
All right, let me pass the mic to Africa. Go ahead.
Greetings to everyone. I mean, me salute brother Dennis. Howdy, buddy. I hope the body fine and his family.
The body fine.
Thank you, sir.
Fambo me fine.
The family fine. That's it. The family fine. Yes, sir. So basically, Brandon, there's one point that you raised. I agree with you that some of this government actually in the Sahel. You know, I'm not gonna say they're working with terrorists because I have no evidence. You know, you can't just people cannot just make blank statement that these guys are working with terrorists because they cannot defeat the terrorists. You know, these are one of the problems that we face in the continent. We always speculate, right? The Damiba who has been captured by Traore, as we speak. Do you know he's actually the same terrorist that he was fighting? Before he got overthrown. Before he got taken out of power. Is the same terrorist that he was planning to use to get rid of Traore. So that does not make any sense to me. So if these guys are actually serious fighting these terrorists, why are they actually working with them when they've been kicked out of power to remove Traore that is actually fighting the terrorists, to bring peace in the country? That does not make any sense to me at all. And so the reality to me, what I see in the Sahel, yes, I do believe there's. I have seen reports, in fact, not believe that America is actually behind a lot of this terrorism in the Sahel. I mean, when the current U.S. administration came to power, there was a guy in the Senate, I think, called Rick Perry. When Trump was getting rid of the U.S. aid from Africa, one of the papers that he shows to everyone in there is like, are you actually happy for your taxpayers' money, basically AKA US aid, to go into Africa and to sponsor Boko Haram? And there are a lot of people in the Northeast that have cited that Boko Haram was sponsored by the US. You know, and this is what they do. They tend to send people and destabilize the area so you can seek help, from them. And when they comes in, they actually, make it worse. So that material or resources that they could have take for example, 1 million, they will now get it for like 100,000. It's a tactics. I mean, I have been in platform with a guy who is a federal agent and who actually he did not hide it that he's a white supremacist, and he actually point this out. This is the American strategy all over the world. And if you dare trying to eat on their plate, they'll come and smash it, and they'll make sure you don't do it. This is what they're doing right now. This is the same problem they have with the Chinese and the Russians because they do not want anyone to stand up to them. They don't want anyone to level. They don't want no level playing field. They want to be the boss. They want to dominate the world. They want to dominate everything, and so
But
they want to dominate you to a point where you have
and
to
the
rely
United States
on
should
them.
dominate. The United States should dominate the world. But what I want to tell you is this: when you say that the United States sponsors terrorism, the United States indirectly sponsors terrorism through situations like what happened in Minnesota, where the United States government is giving money to these NGOs, and these NGOs are then taking that money and sending that money to other countries to sponsor terrorism. There is no outright sponsorship of terrorism by the United States. It's indirect, and Trump is cracking down on that as we speak. This has already been proven. So go read the research.
Okay.
Wait. But what I will tell you is what I find hypocritical is this: Iran is the number one state sponsor of terrorists openly. Everyone knows that. Black people will celebrate Iran as Iran supports and funds terrorism in their countries, but have a problem with the United States of America. The hypocrisy is telling, to say the least.
Long live the revolution.
What terrorists
Okay.
Iran support?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm speaking, so I just let Brandon interject. Okay. And so yeah, so that's one point. And in terms of you saying United States is sponsoring terrorism indirectly, some of the weapons that have been found with Boko Haram in America, they have seen these weapons to be. They have traced some of these weapons to be American weapons. Okay,
That's coming
and
from
I don't know
Afghanistan.
how.
Biden's withdrawal. Come on, this is very simple. These breadcrumbs are very easy to follow.
Okay, well, all these things. I mean, if you follow all these things, it kind of raises suspicious, right? Whether you like it or not, it kind of raises suspicion towards American, and foreign policies. And these are this person I spoke to in a different platform. He's actually worked for the system. He's a white supremacist. He actually made that clear. This is how they operate. That they do that all over the world, and they've been doing it for years. And in terms of the drone base that they build in Niger Republic, yes.
So you're gonna believe that a white supremacist is telling black people the truth?
No, I'm not. Well, it's not based on what what he was telling. It's based on what we observe. It's based
If
on
I'm
what
a
we
white
observe and what we saw. Brandon,
if
I
I'm a
just
white
I agree with you. I agree with you in a lot of stuff, but at the moment, I am actually currently disagreeing
but
with
if I'm a white
80% of what you're saying.
supremacist, I'm gonna feed black people bull crap so that they develop hostilities to the US to achieve my ultimate goal, which is to get black people out of the US or make the government an enemy of black people. So I don't understand this, Dinus. We are so hypocritical. One day, if the FBI says something negative about a person we don't like, it's true. If the FBI says something negative about a person we like, the FBI can't be trusted. So now white supremacists are a credible source of evidence unless they talk about
No, I'm
government.
not saying it's a credible. Okay, I'm not saying it's a credible source of evidence. He's explaining what we're seeing. We're explaining the action. He's actually confirming what we're seeing. So it's a different whole thing. If I was just guessworking, Brandon, then you probably have a point. But I'm not guessworking because
Hey,
this
a
this is
doctor,
this is the reality.
a
And
doctor,
and also,
white doctor sat in front of Congress and said that a biological male can have a baby. So because that person's a doctor,
okay,
the word
okay.
is
If I may,
automatically.
Allow
okay,
somebody
Brandon. If I
else to
may
talk,
continue,
man. What
yeah,
you
yeah.
what
If
you
I may.
know?
Yeah, if I may continue, Brandon. And yeah, so basically, the Sahel is a hotbed of terrorism, which I believe there's something that actually because UAE, United Arab Emirates, and America and like the West, they've been working together. They've been working with the Russians, so they've been used as a tool to still currently oppressing Africa. With the this Islamist terrorism. Because it's a funny thing because this Islamist terrorist was actually all over the Middle East, and now they find their place in the Sahel. And if you remember, the problem that we have in Africa at the moment is all started from Obama when Obama went to Libya, and he bombed. And Brandon, let me finish, brother. Please let me finish, brother.
No, Brandon, let him finish. I gotta pass the mic. There's other people waiting. After you got 30 seconds, then I'll pass the mic. The econ.
Yeah, okay, I've been disrupted, but that's fine. So you can see, we can trace the root back to the cause, root cause of the whole problem that we're facing. That America is not far from the problem, and they went to Libya, they bombed Libya, and all these terrorists, the Tuaregs who used to protect Gaddafi, because Gaddafi was protected by the Tuaregs in Libya. They ran out all these weapons into the Sahel, and then they entered these areas, and it's causing havoc. And since then, we haven't stopped, dying from the havoc. And they have recruited some of my people in there, some of the Bambara people in there, some of the Manding people in there, and also they have got all these people. They brainwash them more into, Islamist terrorists, because people have to differentiate between Islam and Islamist terrorists.
All right, let me. I gotta pass the mic to econ. Go ahead, econ.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Dynas. I'm gonna advise all Black people: do not eat from Brandon. Also, I'm gonna say this to Cuddy. You have 24 hours out of the day. Why do you come on the mainstream eating? Have some principle. This is my point. This is my point, right? We don't want no peace. Because it's like, we supposed to be, we want peace. We don't want no peace, Brandon. Or whoever I'm talking about. No, not you. Hold on. I'm supposed to talk. Chill. I'm not talking to you, actually, even though I call your name.
You just said my name. Like a woman.
Even though I call your name, not talking to you. All right, just listen to this now. If you mean, we don't want no peace. No, we don't want no peace. We don't want no peace under Western Europe, neither under America. We have 500 years of this experience. We want them off of our backs. You feel me? And I mean whatever it takes. You feel me? So to the Sahel, it is the safest place for Black people anywhere in the world. The Sahel is the safest place for Black people. You feel me? And I want to tell you this: we are going to win. We are going to win. And I want to advise the Sahel: these democratic puppet presidents that's on the coast, they should not live in peace. Just like they assaulted Niger just the other day, they should be assaulted. And I'm talking about Ivory Coast. They should be hits on that puppet. They should be hits on him, and the one. None of them should stay in Africa. You feel me? All of them should go to France. If they're fighting for France, they should go to France. You feel me? Whoever fighting for US, go to US. Stay in US. You feel me? First, and I want to tell you, I don't want to tell you, Brandon, you're not safe in Kenya.
Don't tell me.
This type of behavior that y'all doing is not right, and y'all gonna get payback. You feel me? Let me tell you something. Malcolm X is listening to you. You hear? They're listening to you. And I'm telling you, we after you. All of you sellout buggers, we after you. All of you people who licking out white people ass, we after you. We see you.
Put down the guns and pull the trigger, buddy.
Leave Africa alone, bro. I'm gonna tell you that. Leave Africa. Take Africa out your mouth. If you for the US, stay in US. You feel me? But leave Africa out your mouth, because I'm telling you, this is a different time. And I'm telling you, I'm a persuade African youth to fight against all of you type people. all of
No one's
you
gonna listen to you.
all of you pro-American and pro
He gonna
white.
persuade the youth because he too scared to do it.
He gonna persuade the youth. We don't even know what this guy looks like.
Yeah. I'm.
All right, guys, don't
you
interrupt.
no.
Econ, hold on, don't interrupt him. Econ, you got 30 seconds. I gotta pass the mic, but don't interrupt.
Yeah,
No,
man.
Stop dragging your words.
I'm
Brandon.
telling you this, big bro. You feel me? Pan-Africanism is winning. You feel me? And you're not a Pan-African. We knew you was an agent. You feel me? Because you come out with the name. No Pan-Africanist come out with the name. You feel me? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. We see right through you. No black people is safe around nobody like you. I wouldn't advise.
Okay, I got. Let me pass the mic to Delroy. Go ahead, Delroy.
Eat from you.
Yeah. What's up, Donis?
What's up, Delroy?
Boy, Brandon, I hate to pounce on you. Let me ask something, Brandon. Who's the current president of Syria, and who put him there?
Trump did.
And who is he? What type of person is he?
He's a former terrorist, former member of the.
Not a former terrorist, a current terrorist. He had a 10 million bounty on his head. Do you know that?
Yes, I do that.
Listen to me. The U.S. is not hiding who they support. They said they created Al Qaeda. They said it. They're not hiding it. They said they created Al Qaeda.
Obama created.
How do you not know? I don't give a fuck who it is. Obama. I don't know who it is.
You convincing him?
They created Al Qaeda, and they're not hiding it.
Don't convince him,
Right?
Delroy. Don't convince him.
France, US, the rest of Europe is behind. Boko Haram. Those faggot bitches in the Sahel, they behind it. How could you not know? Are you that dumb?
So why are the Sahel countries making agreements with them then?
He knows everything.
Traore must be dumb.
What agreement they make with them?
This is how stupid you are. You're
what agreement they make with them, Brandon?
Is the one
over here to beg?
Huh? They're begging. The European Union was just over there. The European Union was just over there begging. America is there begging. They are begging.
Leverage.
Okay, shut up. Let me talk, Brian. I ain't done with your ass yet. I ain't done with your ass yet, Negro.
With them, does that mean he's a traitor?
What do you say?
Emotional Negro.
If Traore makes a deal with them, does that mean Traore was a traitor?
What deal? What deal?
I warned you about.
Okay, first of all, smart guy, shut up. Let me talk. It's my turn to talk. It's not yours. First of all, smart guy, right? First of all, smart guy. America still have an embassy in Burkina Faso.
It's closed,
do you understand?
Bro.
They still have an embassy in Burkina Faso, right?
Nah,
hold on, the AES. Let me talk.
It's still there.
Dennis, could you shut Brandon up so I could talk?
Go ahead,
Brandon. Dennis, give me 1 more minute. Shut him up so I could talk.
Brandon, don't interrupt, bro.
Bro, I wasn't even talking.
Brandon, don't interrupt.
The AES countries, none of the leaders in the AES countries said they didn't want to deal with the United States or Europe. They said they want to deal with them fairly. You understand? Fairly. That's what they said. They want to deal with them fairly, right? They didn't say they didn't want to deal with them. You see what I'm saying? They did not say they didn't want to deal with them. They want to sell their minerals or whatever, or they trade, whatever they're doing. They want to do it fair. They want a fair price. That's what they said. You see what I'm saying? US, Europe, they in there begging. That's what they're doing. They're sucking their dicks. That's what they're doing. They are begging. Okay? That's all I'm gonna have to say.
Hey,
Brandon,
Dennis,
you know why the gold price is going up?
Dennis, can I
Brandon,
respond to Brandon whenever you got a chance, brother?
real quick.
Brandon, you know why the gold price is going up?
Hold on.
Do you know why the gold price is going up, Brandon?
Can we ask?
I can fire Wagwan now.
Can we ask a very important question?
Respect my youth.
Minus, if these men in the Sahel
I mean, I'm
make
talking.
a deal with the
I
U.S.
mean,
or
I'm
France,
talking.
would they not be considered traitors
Yeah, man,
because
me know it's the man.
they are now funding the very countries they say are sponsoring terrorism in their countries? Dinus, right or wrong?
You right, Brendan. You right. You right, man.
So you're not. You guys aren't looking at this logically. I told you, if Traore makes a deal with the U.S. or France, he is the traitor that I told you guys he was. You guys love this dude, but this guy, and mark my words, he's gonna make a deal with them because he
But you want them
He will do a
to
deal based on interest, Brandon. Based on the interest of the people of
Brandon,
Burkina
you must be
Faso.
3 years old. You must be
national
3 years
interest.
old.
And then
National
and then
interest.
hold on. And I just want to add I just want to add something because he said that the people of
So
Burkina
you
Faso
sponsor terrorism in the name of your
the people
Brandon.
hold on. He said the people of Burkina Faso don't love IB. So let me ask you a question, Brandon. When he put the patriotic fund and told people to contribute, do you know how much he raised?
Respond to what I'm saying.
Wait, hold on. Before I'm gonna respond. But do you know how much he raised?
You want to hear negative, Brendan?
He raised over two. He raised.
You're gonna
over
hear pure
two.
positive. You're gonna hear pure positive.
He raised over $200 million by the people who contribute to that patriotic fund for defense. Now you tell me, can Nigeria do that? Can Kenya do that?
Brandon, Brandon, hang on.
I'm not even
let me
finished
just.
yet. And I'm not finished
Okay.
yet. Hold on. And also he said that the people over there in Burkina Faso, right? He's saying that they're not happy. Guess what? According to the World Bank, the GDP grew from 19 million before Troy came to office, and when he came to office, it grew to 27 million. 27 million.
Man, God bless Steve Bay. We out here getting money, baby.
So what are you talking about?
We out here getting money.
And then I want to add one more thing too, right? Now he is right about Damiba consolidating with the terrorists, right? But IB didn't do that because he said, no, I'm not going to allow that. And that's why right now they're trying to take him down.
But what
Damiba
I'm telling
did that.
you, this is all I'm trying to say. If United States and France and Western powers are sponsoring terrorism in those countries, why would those countries then go into business dealings with the United States, France, or anybody in the West? You can't sit up.
Brandon, do you know? Sorry, Brandon. Do you know the Burkina Faso? Sorry, Brandon.
Hey,
Burkina Faso.
hold on. One mic. Delroy, are you finished, Delroy?
He was finished.
Okay, let me pass it. I gotta pass it.
Nobody want to answer
I
this
rest my
basic
case,
question?
Dennis, for now. I rest my case. Brandon is not worth it.
Let me pass it to City. Go ahead, City.
Oh, yeah, Dennis. So
hello.
I'm not against AES. I want AES to gain a lot of power, but they have long way to go. You know what I mean? I mean, we sugarcoating a lot of things. If you look at Burkina Faso get almost 80%, almost 100% of their electric supply from Cote d'Ivoire. They call the West African Power Pool.
Got the biggest
Let me
solar
finish.
power plant in Africa, bro.
Lies.
Let me finish.
No, but TD is right. TD is
A
right.
lot of countries in West Africa get their electricity from Cote d'Ivoire.
I live here.
You can check it out. You can check it online. You can check it online.
There's no point to
Let
argue.
TD speak. Stop interrupting him.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
So what's your point, dude? What's your point? So what?
But let him stop interrupting the man. Let the man speak. He did not interrupt you.
Stop interrupting me. You can check it online.
On his SSI check.
So the Burkinabe, Cote d'Ivoire is like when the Burkinabe living from Burkina Faso, they go into Cote d'Ivoire, they will tell their people they are going to abroad. They work in Africa as a farmers. They work in Africa in a lot of remote work that the normal Ivorians do not do, right? The same thing with Niger. If you go to Abidjan, the ghetto part of Abidjan, you see Burkinabe and the Nigerians are living in those ghetto places. Africa, in order for AES to get power, they are all military leaders. They have to get rid of Alassane Ouattara, right?
Yeah.
Because because they have the means to train people to get into Cote d'Ivoire to overthrow Alassane Ouattara. That's the only way AES will survive.
That's
But
not
all the
true.
resources that they're getting from Ivory Coast, with power supply, with food, even the chicken, the mineral resources, all of them that they're getting from
City,
Ivory,
Not getting
from
nothing
Cote
from
d'Ivoire.
Ivory
Let me
City.
Coast.
finish. All they getting from
Guys, can you stop
Burkina
interrupting
Faso,
him?
they have to, because Africa have a very powerful economy. They have the bigger economy. They have to
City,
take it to Cote d'Ivoire to make money, right? So
City.
in order for them, let me
Man,
finish.
don't
So
don't
come on,
interrupt the
stop.
man. Stop saying his name.
God.
What are you talking about? I'm telling you the truth. I know, I'm telling you the truth. The reason why, if Africa closed their door on Burkina Faso today, the entire Burkina Faso will be in darkness. People will
Right.
starve. Let me tell you that right now.
Damn, you dumb.
Right. I
I'm
agree with
telling you
City
right
on that
now.
because I am
They
from West
they
Africa. You guys are not. I know for a fact
they
he's right on that.
they
I
getting
live here
everything
right
from Cote
now.
d'Ivoire. The same thing
Stop
with
lying.
Mauritania, Togo, Burkina Faso, Benin. They all depend. Do you know where the CFA?
No. See. I gotta interject. Benin, they get their power from Nigeria.
Yeah, but they have
Also,
certain part of Benin. They get electricity from Cote d'Ivoire. I'm
also,
telling you, Daniel,
right.
check it
All the
out.
way to Sierra Leone, Diners. All the way to
All the
Sierra
way to
Leone.
Sierra, all the way to Liberia, all the way to Guinea,
Yeah.
all the way to even
Yeah.
Gambia. They give electricity to Gambia. So I'm
Right.
telling you right now, Africa is a very important country. And there where the Western power have control over them. United States have power over Ivory Coast. France have power over Ivory Coast. In order for them to get power, in order for them to sustain that level of power in West Africa, they have to get rid of Lassane Ouattara. That's the only way. But
I gotta.
So why don't France
I
use
gotta.
them then? Why don't France cut the power from them? Why don't they cut the
I.
power?
This is the
What's
part I
that?
dis. This is the part I
Why don't
disagree.
France cut the power then? Why don't they
From
cut the
where?
power?
Got the power from
Can I
where?
finish? Can he finish? Can he
From
finish? I
Burkina
will
Faso, cut
confirm
the power
everything you
then.
just said.
No, no,
I will
If you
confirm.
wanted so
this,
much, cut the power. If you
but
wanted
Damn right.
to disturb them so much, cut the power.
no, let me tell you, they
Damn
can't
right.
do that. You have to know they have a
But
tribal connection.
why can't they do that? I don't understand.
Okay, let
If
me
they
tell you
want them
this.
so bad, cut the
Alassane,
power.
let me tell you something. Alassane Ouattara, Ibrahim Traore, and this guy, Asin Kota, they all from the same tribe. They all speak the same language that I
Oh
speak.
fuck.
I'm telling you right now, there's a
This
tribal connection between those
Is it
countries.
true? It's true.
But
It's
No, there's
true.
not.
He's right.
Assimi
And that's
Gordas,
not
he's
the
not
reason.
Assimi Gordas not Mandinka. You know that, right?
Yes, I'm telling you right
Goja is
now, Alassane
Bambara.
Ouattara,
Bambara
even out of
Mandinka
Assimi
cousins.
Goita
the Ivorians
I
is
meant
believe, Alassane Ouattara went to
Bambara.
school as a Burkinabe. Do you know when they used to
Thank
call
you.
Burkina Faso Upper Volta? He went on a scholarship. He went to Penn State University, right? He went to school as a Burkinabe, right? But later, when he got an opportunity to work with World Bank recommended him to Félix Houphouët-Boigny. That's how he became prime minister in Ivory Coast. But he
Yeah.
went
Yeah.
to
True.
school in United States
Bro,
as
we're talking
Burkinabe.
about France. We're talking
but
about, you said France control what's going on in Ivory Coast. So if France control it, why don't France cut the power? That's all I'm saying.
But that's
No.
what I'm
Okay.
telling you. It's
Okay.
just a matter of time. It's just a
but
matter of
city,
time.
Oh
If they
city. This
cannot
is
man.
what this
control
You know,
Alassane
city,
bro.
Ouattara,
city. This is what they're trying to explain to you. What Burkina Faso is doing, they're trying to sustain themselves. Why do you think they're getting nuclear plants? They have multiple corridors with other seaports. They doing
no
these things. I know, but
that's
wait,
coming online.
hold on. I understand what you're
It's
saying,
online
and then
now. Y'all
because you
late.
mentioned, hold up, but you
Wow,
mentioned
y'all
it.
late.
You said this. Here's the thing: Burkina Faso, the AS, they don't got to do nothing to Ivory Coast because you know why? If they sustain themselves, especially economically, you know what's going to happen? The people from Ivory Coast is going to look at Allison Retirement and say, "Yo, why the hell we cannot sustain ourselves? And how come they're doing this they thing?" So they're either going to have an uprising by themselves, or someone else is going to do a coup with him. The AS don't got
but
to do nothing. All they got to do is pull the
Let me
gun.
tell Mansa. Listen,
do you know
Burkina
where
Faso that you see
BCAO
today.
is located? Do you know where
Yes, I
BCAO is
know.
located?
Yes, I know. Of course,
Where?
I'm from
Let me
Guinea.
say
Where?
something. You know why?
Where?
You know why France and them so mad? You know the stealing of our gold has kept
I
down
can.
gold prices. Let me hold on.
I can.
Hold on. Present day,
I'll
right?
come after you then. Mm.
Yeah. Present day now, right? what I'm trying to say is the stealing of gold over the years out of the Sahel have kept down gold prices in the world. So now that a lot of bridges have been broken down and underground behaviors is stopping, that's why gold prices has risen like that. Remember, it seems like 2020 it started. You feel me? And now gold price is almost 5,500. You feel
Good
me?
drop. Good drop big time.
Okay,
Everybody
okay,
losing money
I
on gold
can.
right now.
It didn't
you
drop
right
big
on that.
time, bro. It dropped 16%, and that's
Yeah.
because China manipulated the market,
Let me tell y'all
right?
something.
And Trump is
Do you know?
is
I'm going to
trying to.
hold on a minute. You have all
So
spoken.
Trump is
what's going on?
reducing the
So
dollar.
that's why they so very
Where CD is
upset.
right, where CD is right, I can. But Ivory Coast is, you can't take that from them. Ivory Coast is what they the one that's supplying Sierra Leone, some part of Guinea, Burkina Faso, some part of
No,
Benin.
they're not supplying Burkina Faso.
No,
Okay,
they
you
supplying.
don't
No,
live
they
you don't live in West
supplying.
Africa. You
Listen.
you
They
don't you guys
supplying
don't live
the south.
wait, listen,
Bruh,
just because you live in Burkina
Hold
Faso,
on.
just
Faso
because you live
right
in
now.
Burkina Faso doesn't
No,
I'm
mean
in
you
they
Burkina
understand the
Faso
supplying.
right
electricity
now.
supply and the grid and their
I'm in
system.
No,
Ouagadougou
they
You
right
don't.
now.
supplying.
You,
Hold
I'm
you
on,
in
they
don't. Just because you
supplying.
live
Ouagadougou
in Ouagadougou
right
doesn't mean
now.
nothing. It
Hold
doesn't
on,
mean
they
because you
Right.
live in
supply.
I'm
Ouagadougou
here.
doesn't mean you know about their power grid.
Hold
You're not
on, man.
studying
Why
West
y'all
African
talk
policy.
like that?
You don't. I am
No,
not. I am
Bobo the
not against
Lasso.
AES. I am not
Hold
against
on,
AES. But let's just speak the
Bobo
truth.
the
I'm telling you
Lasso.
the
Okay.
truth.
Shit.
I'm correcting you. That's all. I'm
No,
here.
Bobo the Lasso is getting electricity from Cote d'Ivoire. They still
Thank
get
you, sir.
Even
electricity from
Ghana.
Thank
Cote
you, I
d'Ivoire.
can.
Even
Boom,
You
Ghana
feel
getting
me?
boom.
electricity from them.
But
Ivory
Ghana.
Coast also.
even
Yeah. Do you know Ivory
Ghana,
Coast? Ivory Coast is a
even
powerhouse of
Burkina
West
Faso got
Africa
the
because
biggest solar
all the
power
tribes,
plant
all
in
listen,
Africa.
all the tribes
Why
that
would
you
they
know
need?
about
Why
in
would
West
they need
Africa,
the
all the
electricity
tribes in
from
West
all?
Africa are part of the Nigerian people. The only tribe you find in Ivory Coast that's from
Cuddy.
Nigeria. One second,
Burkina
hold
Faso
on.
is
The only tribe
22
you find in
million.
in
Hold
Ivory
on.
Coast that's
Burkina
not in
Faso is
Burkina
22
Faso
million
is
people.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people, bro. That's it. The electricity that Burkina Faso produce can't go
Google
all
Burkina
around the country
Faso
yet.
solar power
But
it
plant.
what's
was a
your point, bro?
Burkina Faso
Countries
was a poor.
supply other countries
But
all the time.
they
We
gonna
get
No,
we get
they
but
power
you
gonna
don't
from
get
understand.
there.
Canada.
No,
What are you talking about?
Ivory Coast. Can I
Yeah, they
finish?
gonna get there.
Ivory Coast economy, for some reason, they tend to reign supreme over most West African countries, and they managed to sort out their power grid system for a long time ago. And Senegal, these people have more electricity supply than most West African countries. So, because of the West African ECOWAS scheme that they had over the years, because they realized also Ivory Coast they tend to have a lot of basically all in the Wild West, right? Put the Nigerian away, yeah. All the other tribes you find in West Africa, they are in Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is the melting pot of West Africa. Okay. Okay.
So start the
So
power.
let me
Don't
just
give them
finish.
no power.
No. Oh God, Delroy sorry, Delroy. Just let me finish, right? So this country that you call Ivory Coast, yeah, they have got the power grid and some of the water supply right over the years. Okay, so we need to get that
Could
right.
I
However,
explain
So what's your
something?
point?
Al,
What is your point?
Al,
no,
hold on,
yes,
Delroy. Al, hold on, Al, Delroy,
yes,
hold on. First of all,
yes.
let me just, you all know the landscape, right? Cote d'Ivoire is supplying the second city of Bobo de Lasso.
Bobo Jalaso,
Hold
yeah.
on. Cutting off that supply wouldn't affect the capital city, Ouagadougou.
No,
You feel me?
it won't affect it
Because
all. No, it won't affect it all. No, that's true. They're not
no,
supplying the
it
entire
won't.
Burkina Faso.
No,
That's
it
true.
won't.
I agree.
That's not the
No, it
source
won't.
of
It won't.
power for
Yeah,
Ouagadougou. That's
yeah.
not the source of power
Yeah,
for
no, I agree.
Ouagadougou.
I can
How
agree
long
with
you
you
think
on that.
Russia's
You
Okay.
feel me?
building a power plant? How long you think that's going
Only
to last? They're
Ghana.
building a nuclear power plant.
I hope they
How long
finish.
you
I
think that's
hope they
going to
finish it
last?
soon. I hope they finish it soon and they help the people
Yeah,
of
but
Burkina. That's
as I'm
definitely.
saying,
I hope so. Yeah, go on.
They don't
Ghana.
want nuclear power. They want hydroelectricity.
No, they gonna get their nuclear power
They get
real quick
nuclear
too.
power. It's
They
being built
don't
right now.
want
They need a
They get
nuclear
nuclear.
nuclear
power.
They
power.
need.
They
The
want
Sahel need nuclear power.
hydroelectricity.
The Sahel need nuclear power. The reason why they do
They're
because they
getting
do
it.
have.
Hold on. Wait, Cuddy, what is hydroelectricity?
It's from the from water sources. Hydro, like
So
Ethiopia got the hydro dam.
Yeah,
and
but
guess
that's
what?
limited.
And
Yeah,
then I
but
want to add
hold
something
on,
to Cuddy said
It
too.
produce more than
Wait, Al.
and then nuclear energy is not good
Cuddy,
for the environment.
Cuddy.
And
Nuclear energy
Hydroelectricity is
is not good
possible,
for
but
the
that's still.
environment.
Hold on, man. It's still limited, especially in Burkina Faso. They have rivers, but
no,
not. They don't have high tension rivers.
Man,
They
but
you
have
better look
flat
at the
Nigeria,
map.
rivers.
but you know Nigeria does though, right?
Better look at the map.
Where you gonna build it in Nigeria?
Nigeria
Nigeria,
does.
the river, the Nigerian river coming from West Africa, the Niger River coming from Guinea. So we're gonna
Yeah,
build a dam on that Niger River one day. So
the
you
They
ain't
got
gonna have
one
no
that come
Nigerian
from
river.
no,
hydroelectric.
they got from Cameroon also. They
It's
got one
rivers
come
and
from
lakes and
Cameroon,
But
a
the
very
Niger
powerful river.
River, don't
Hold on,
stop deflecting. The Niger River comes
Delroy.
from Guinea.
What
I
are
don't
you
know
I
about the
talking
said
other
they
one.
have
about,
another
Delroy?
river that come from Cameroon.
Yeah, but that's
But
small. You
that
don't
one is
even
a
hear
small
about it,
river.
Delroy.
You're not making any sense there, right? Please.
The
No, I'm just
Niger
you saying
River.
that's the only
in
river. I'm
Ouagadougou.
telling you that
Listen,
they're
the
building a dam
Niger
right
River.
now from
I
the
did
river
not
from
say this
Niger
was
River
the
Cameroon.
is the
river.
biggest. The Niger River is the biggest river in West Africa, bro. And
Simple as that, family.
Nigeria is at the tail of the Niger River.
At the end of it, thank you. All
Yeah.
the way to the delta. But
So
what I'm trying to say
hold
is
on. Listen.
even in Guinea, they're looking to build a hydro a dam or a hydroelectricity on that Niger River.
Listen.
So you
Between Guinea, Mali, and
I'm gonna
Niger,
watch.
they can build some real good dams, but it's gonna take some whole bunch of brain power because those rivers are flat.
They already working on it, bro. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
tell
they
you.
have
I'm here.
they're
I'm
having a
seeing what's
partnership
going
because
on.
they're having a partnership because if I don't know if you remember, you seen the
Yeah, man,
inauguration with
China
Assimi
cheat.
Goïta, that he went to Guinea and we say in our language he said unsung Kilidi, meaning that we're the same. Because Guinea literally
Yeah,
like
Of
Guinea's
course.
like Guinea's like the left lung and Mali's like the right lung and stuff. So they're brother and
Of
sister.
course.
Even though
they are sisters, they are brothers. Mali is our brothers.
So even though Demboya might has a certain affiliation, that doesn't negate the fact they share the same culture.
Yo,
Right.
I'm
You get
going
what
to
I'm saying?
Mali.
They're brothers.
Yo,
Okay, Guinea is a lifeline of Mali. Guinea is the lifeline of Mali. Without
I'm
Guinea,
going to
forget
Mali,
about Mali.
right? Yo, I'm
Yeah.
going to Mali, right? And I'm going to
Oh yeah, that's
convince
good.
Assimi. Hold on, I'm going to convince Assimi Goïta to take over Mauritania. You feel me?
Nah,
Serious.
Algeria.
I tell you,
But
that would be
I
nice.
don't think
Algeria is the problem.
they're not gonna
Algeria is
go
the
into
problem.
we need to take over the north of Mali first, brother. We need to
Listen,
take over the
wait,
entire north of
they
Mali
just
first.
3 million.
Yeah,
They just
Algeria
3
is the
million.
problem, not Mauritania. Algeria.
Algeria, listen, man, you have to play smart. You have to play chess. You can't play checkers. You have to play
That's where the
chess.
terrorist dope fiends come
You feel
from,
me?
Algeria, bro.
Yeah, but they come
That's the
from
problem.
That's true. The terrorists
yeah,
are
but
coming
we
from
want
Algeria. Algeria are the
yeah.
biggest.
No.
Tuareg and all them
Listen.
boys, man, they coming from Algeria.
Listen, man. We want I don't talk about war. We want the land. I ain't talking about that what you talking about. We want the land. You feel
Algeria is
me?
the biggest one of the biggest countries in Africa.
Cuddy, could you stop the talking for a minute? Chill out, man.
Yeah,
My
I mean
fault,
it's
my
annoying.
fault,
You
Stop
feel me?
interrupting when people are speaking. Let the other
I'm
guy
close to
speak,
the
please.
black man. My fault.
Listen what I'm saying.
My
Listen
fault.
what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. Just listen what I'm saying. When you try to get Mauritania, no one will attack you from the south. So all you have to do is secure the north, the northeast, and the north, and you can take over Mauritania. We can slave the Arabs, you feel me, and have that land and call the capital and call the ocean Bamako Beach. You feel
But
me? Call the
but that
ocean
desert ain't no
Bamako
joke
Beach.
But
though.
realistic in a
You can't
realistic
march
world,
through
that's
that
not
desert like that.
in a
They
realistic
just
world. Hold up,
they just 3 million. They just 3 million. It's
brother.
very realistic.
No, but brother,
But you gotta
listen. In
march
a
through that
realistic
desert.
world with international law, that's not going to happen. You know that,
Oh,
right?
you mean like how what happened to Maduro, Venezuela?
I'm not talking
That's what
about.
you
I'm
mean?
not talking. But the thing is that with Maduro's situation was totally different because those people they
Man, we
colluded
make
with.
our own laws. Hey, we make
And
our
don't
own laws.
listen. You can say you can
After
make
we
your own.
take the
Listen,
country,
you that is, listen to me. That is not going to happen because that's not the way the AES moves. The way they move is if you attack us
Not yet.
first. Well, no,
Yeah,
no,
not
listen,
yet. I
listen,
understand.
listen.
I
No, but
understand.
listen. AES is saying if you attack us first, we're gonna attack you back. But they're not going to invade in no other country. I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but
they're not gonna do that.
Listen. Well, we gonna set up our mercenaries to do it. You feel me? But
Well,
anyway, what I'm
listen,
trying to
I ain't
say is,
affiliated with this dude.
You
That's it.
you
you
can't
guys,
speak for no. You can't
the only
speak for
thing
no.
you guys,
First of
one
all,
thing you
hold
guys
on,
are missing. You
hold
one
on.
thing, okay, yeah, I can hurry
First
up, no
of
man.
all, you can't speak. First of all, you can't speak for them, and second of all of these decisions have to be black decisions. We want back all of Africa, and we have to start somewhere. And we want back all of Africa for black people. So all this legal talk y'all talking, we take it and then make laws not to invade it. You feel me? That's how we see it.
I can let, okay, thank you, I can, okay, what I'm trying to say, sorry, what, no, I'm going to hold on. What I'm trying to say is, right, we need to understand this. Okay, the Burkina Faso, the AES guys, the biggest problem they face in that region is lack of education. The literacy level in that region is very, very low. Okay, so they got, in a way, they got a long way to go, because if you cannot fix your literacy problem in your country, you're gonna be in a big trouble. That's,
Yeah,
they're working on it. That's fine.
that's
No,
the
no, okay.
first thing
Oh
you
God,
say
let
that
me
make any
finish.
damn sense.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. So that if they can solve this literacy problem in the Sahel and educate this youth and actually bring,
That's what they're trying to do, bro. That's what they're trying to
but
do.
the Sahel countries happen to be one of the highest
But
in the
that's what
country.
they
The
that's what they're
Sahelian
working on.
countries happen to be
I'm
the
You
giving
think it's
them
gonna
highest
be
10
in
years.
overnight?
literacy in the
Hold
country.
on. I'm giving them
Guys,
10 years.
What you're saying
grow
is
up and
irrelevant.
talk.
What you're saying is irrelevant.
It is very irrelevant,
I'm
because
gonna tell you
you're
why it's
going to have a.
irrelevant.
I'm gonna give
What you're
them
saying is
10 years to
irrelevant
be the
because
best
that's exactly
educated
what they're
country.
doing. That's what they're working on. You think it's
But
gonna happen
how
overnight?
can they work on that when they go to all these neighboring countries? They work as a slave.
Thank you.
When
You
you go
guys
to
don't
Ivory
understand the
Coast, they
type of
book
thing
in
this
What
is,
do
a
you mean?
do you?
How do they work on that? What is wrong with you?
It takes
What they do?
time.
What you say they do in
You
the
think it's
neighboring
gonna happen
country?
overnight? They're fighting
Dennis, can we have
terrorists.
some
They're
order?
fighting
Because
France.
everyone is speaking over each
They're
other.
fighting France. They're
No,
fighting the United
man.
States.
Nobody try to talk long. How about that? Say what you're saying
Okay, yeah,
and be
thank you.
done with it.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, sir.
All right,
The
let
literacy
me say, and
level.
I'm gone. I'm gonna let y'all have it. Let me say what I'm gonna say, and I'm gone. All right,
Oh
at the end of
God,
the
oh
day,
God.
y'all. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
y'all got to get ready for the Industrial Revolution, because that was eBay's New Year's address. Get money.
True that.
Thank
Time
you,
to get money.
thank you. That's a good point.
All
You
that
see,
terrorist situation, pretty much over and done with. They little bandits running around now. The AES is
okay, I hope so.
solidified.
I hope so.
Once the economy switch over to the BRICS, that's after the dollar dies. They just waiting on the dollar to die so they can launch their banking system and all that. But this year, right now, y'all need to focus on getting some access to resources and getting money, because that's what the AES is on.
You
Industrial
know what I
revolution.
think that
It has started.
No, yeah, I can
yeah.
allow it now.
Go ahead.
So salute chat,
Yeah, yeah.
salute panel, salute Donis, and y'all be easy.
Take care, man. Be safe, yeah? All right. So what I'm trying to say is the illiteracy level in the Sahel is one of the highest in the continent. You cannot take that
Okay,
from, you cannot
So
dispute
what?
we're
that.
So
not done with
what?
that yet.
So
Oh
what?
We're
God,
not
you
done
are
with that
such
yet,
a
man.
dummy. Can you just
Why
talk?
you
Can you
coming
just
back
talk?
with
Let me
that?
just.
Why you coming
Your
back with
mama is a
that?
dummy, bro.
I am going somewhere, okay?
Be
And
done with that, man.
hang on, who just insult my mother?
Hurry up and say what
No,
you're
hang on,
what you about the
who just insult my
education.
mother? If you're man enough, can you
You
repeat
call
it?
me a
And
dummy, so I say your mama is a dummy.
fuck
Man,
your
You
mom,
stop
call me a
that,
Calm
man.
dummy.
You
down.
boy.
can't. That's
Just
that's
calm
Okay.
down.
disrespectful,
Don't
man.
let's not go far with things.
Nah,
Okay?
that's not good.
You
Why
sound
would
you
you
like
go
Let's
you
after
sound
have
like
someone
a,
mom?
you sound like an incest that sleep
Delroy,
with your
calm
mom. So that's
down.
the reason
Let's
why you
have
said
some
it.
self-control.
Yeah,
I know
Delroy,
you
you sound
two.
like an
I know
incest that
listen,
sleep with your
I
mother.
know
Make your
hold on.
fucking point, bitch. Make your
I
point.
know you two.
Guy.
You,
Hold on. Moving forward, man. Mothers, family, children's, please, or you get kicked off the panel.
Yeah, man.
Danny, bunch of weirdos.
Yeah, man. And I know
So,
you
Weirdos.
two be talking every night.
moving forward. I mean, moving forward. Let's have some decorum. But I mean, when you start talking about people's mom and stuff, you get kicked off the panel.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
Thank you,
crazy.
Dennis.
Or
Thank
calling
you,
people
thank you.
names. Or calling people names.
Well, I would say this.
I mean,
I know sometimes tempers get heated. Let's not call people
Well,
names.
he called me a dummy. That's why I said what I said.
But I
Are
don't know.
calling people names.
I understand Delroy, but I don't know what that has to do with his mom.
And Delroy, stop wasting time, man, and let's talk.
Yeah,
He's not saying anything that you go after his mom. Why will you go after his mom?
I gotta deal with these people every night. I'm not wasting time.
Be arguing all the time.
Danful offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa. To learn more, visit danful.africa.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I mean, I can see a lot of people going after CD. CD Bay. They're one of the renowned Mandinka, well-known, respected people in West Africa. Okay,
I am
and
too.
he knows. Yes, thank you. So he knows the history of the West African region and the Sahel very well. I can tell the way he spoke about it because he has traveled around the region. He knows. The Republic of Guinea, I mean, my brother, Mansa, if you're from Guinea, you know that. After independence, when Secretary Sixth alliance with the Russians, okay, Guinea is the only country that actually they're not using the franc CFA today. They actually using Guinea franc. But what happened
Correct.
is what happened is because the Russians were more engaging in terms of selling us weaponry, sort of development, yeah, and so on, and educating the population. Guinea lagged behind compared to the other countries who allied with the West. Okay, like Ivory Coast, like Senegal, like Sierra Leone for that matter, like Liberia. These countries were way ahead. Guinea was struggling. Most of the Guinean migrants migrated to Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, and other countries. We got to understand we need to stop putting this emotion. And if you need to listen to the West Africans who lived and breathed this. Okay, we are the first people, Guinea, the first country in West Africa that aligned with Russia. Okay, so the reality is,
What did France
yeah.
do to Guinea
So,
afterwards?
can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish?
They hurry
Can
up, bro. You're
I
taking too
finish?
much time. Hurry up.
Let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak.
But keep it short,
Okay.
bro.
So basically, that's the reason why the guy that in Guinea today, yeah, he refused to be allied to be boxing to one group to say, oh, I'm only going to work with the AES or I'm only going to work with the West. You need to work with your own interest, wherever your interest
You
is,
know why?
wherever your interest
Hold on,
lies.
hold on. You know why? You're not done, man. All right, hold on, Delroy. You
Well,
know why Guinea failed?
we got Say James on. Let me pass the mic. Go ahead, Say James.
Right.
Unmute yourself, Say
Hi,
James.
Donis. Thanks for having me. Hi to the panelists. Donis, I've been listening to this show, right? I'm not going to single out a person, but I believe I'm hearing a lot of like a sneak dissing towards my people, Burkinabes, right? I'm not gonna say the person name, but it belongs to a specific group of people that have a personal problem with my people. I get it. I get that tone, you know. And I live in the West, right? The last thing I'm not gonna do is to have tribe fight each other. I'm not gonna do that. I'm better than that, right? All the things that I'm showing from the AES, right? Especially Burkina Faso, right? I'm so proud that people are coming together, you know, and I hope it continues, right? And this is the type of time we on. We're not on the lying side of history, right? When you sit on here and talk about Burkina Faso getting all this electricity from Ivory Coast, I think you gotta be smarter than that, right? To to not make those kind of statements. There is a country called Ghana. Most of our electricity also come from Ghana. Of course, we do have agreement with Ivory Coast. These are our brothers. If you listen, if you understand the history of Burkina Faso, you'd understand Ivory Coast is our brothers. You know, we've been in Ivory Coast for gazillions of years. We helped build that nation. You can't take that from us. Ivorian will tell you. I'm very sad to hear non-Ivorian commenting on Burkina and Ivory Coast. I'm very sad to hear that. This is the ingredients of tribalism, trying to have people fight one another. And I'm sorry, Donis, you are bigger than that. You know, these people shouldn't be here doing that. You
Saint
understand?
James,
Ivory Coast,
can I?
no. Listen. And the idea that Burkina are in Ivory Coast struggling, are you that serious?
Can I ask you
The,
something,
the,
Saint
the,
James?
the, the, the amount of millionaires, Burkina millionaires in Ivory Coast per capita is way bigger
Saint
than your
James,
entire
can I
nation.
ask you something? Can I ask you something, Saint
Sure,
James?
sure,
All
sure. Go
right,
ahead.
we have this currency issue. I'm thinking that the AES should not try to. I'm not blaming them to do it, but I don't think they should try to formulate their own currency. What I'm thinking is, could it be possible? And if it's possible, I think it would be a big deal and it would make the currency grow stronger, like the CD. I'm wondering if the AES couldn't think of adopting the CD. Since it's so foundation, it would be harder for infiltration from these external parties. And then the CD would become very strong in West Africa and maybe spread to the francophone countries that is looking for a strong currency. You feel me? So I'm saying that
You make, you make,
I think.
I see the
Go ahead.
you
point
make,
you're getting
you,
at,
you
but I
make,
have a
you make a
different point
great
of view.
point. You make a great point, but
That's a good point.
like I said, that every options is under study, under review, and that's why a lot of people are pushing for them to create their own currency. They're going step by step. I like what you are saying, but you know, and I do believe the people who are in charge of this right now, they are exploring all avenues in order for us to create a it's not about creating, like you said, it's not about creating a currency just to show off. It's about to create. It's about creating a currency that is stronger, better, reliable, and you know, and for the long
Yeah.
haul. That's what we're trying to do. So a lot of people, I know, understand. A lot of people like AES, they want us to get out of the franc, right? And I'm telling you, this was in the making. We know it's going to happen, but we want to make the right move, you know, so we don't have to, we don't have to create that currency and then be disappointed later. We can point out to a country like Guinea has tried, you know, and even other countries have tried and some of them failed. We don't want those, you know, problems. We want to create
Reason
something
why
that's
the reason why
that's
Guinea
yeah.
failed, the reason why Guinea failed is because colonization was too strong.
Yeah.
The French people was too strong.
Guinea did not
The U,
fail. I don't know where you're
the
getting your
United
history from.
hold on.
Guinea did not fail.
They suppressed their currency. Do you understand? They
Yeah,
suppressed
they
their currency.
sabotage when
Guinea has one of the most stable currency right now in West
they
Africa.
sabotage Guinea currency when they got created. The French
No, but
Yeah, but
right
sabotaged it.
it's
now
small.
they
They
have
did.
one of the strongest currencies. Even
Right
faster
now,
Yeah,
than the
right now,
CD.
Guinea,
but
right now,
let,
Guinea
let,
is rolling,
let,
man.
let, let me say something, man.
Right now, Guinea is
Not
doing
not
well.
only they sabotage everything. They sabotaged. The French left nothing. They took up every railroad.
Yes.
They filled
Suez.
the water with the wells
Yeah,
with
with the
cement. They did everything.
yeah.
If they left a toothbrush there, they took it. They did everything to undermine them because they didn't join the organization. All right.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why they didn't develop like the way they should have developed. And about the currency, that's not about that you spoke about the currency, but don't forget the currency that they created is going to be created. It's three countries now. It's not just one. It's three countries, right? And it's going to be backed by gold, and it's going to be backed by the new
Lithium.
BRICS currency when that come
Yeah,
in
but the
line
reason why I'm
on a
Yeah,
regular
saying
basis.
but among those three countries, Mali has a bigger economy, but they fail. They tried your currency before they fail. Do you
Yeah,
know
but
that?
they failed because they
Okay, well that's
failed.
then.
Hold
That's
on,
then.
but you
That's
know they
then.
failed. They failed because of
City,
France
it's
got
funny how
involved and
people telling
they
us about our own lives, isn't it?
because
It's interesting
listen.
how
Hold on,
people
hold on,
is
hold on.
sitting there
Listen,
telling
I'm
us
gonna
about
add.
our own lives.
Hold on. I'm
It's
gonna
so
add to what City.
cringy. It's
I'm gonna
calm
add
cringe,
to
by
down,
what.
let
God.
people
Hold on.
talk. Calm down.
I'm gonna add to what City.
Just
Hold up,
because you're African
brother. Hold
don't
on,
mean you know the history.
brother. Listen, because
Mm.
me and City's from the same tribe. But listen, the reason why that happened is because France got involved and made fake currencies to cause confusion. And
Yeah.
then on top of that, that guy, what was his name, Momburo Kita, he got overthrown by a coup and then he died in prison. But again, that's not happening
Well,
today
Modibo,
because
Modibo Keita, Modibo,
Modibo
Keita.
he got thrown in prison and then he died in
The
prison.
hero
But
of Mali. The
yeah,
hero of Mali.
but what I'm saying from back then to now, that's not happening because they're doing everything in steps. They already studied the Casablanca group, and then you got to understand too, because I'm pretty sure you know Professor Niamsi, what's his name? The hell's his name? You know what I'm talking about, right? The guy from Cameroon.
Franklin.
Yeah. Franklin Niamsi, Natalie Yam, Kemi Siba. These are the
Oh, yeah.
their personal. These are their personal advisors. They're Pan African advisors and stuff. So they're not doing everything by themselves. They study that. So everything's going to take time, City.
Yeah, Natalie
Do you know?
Yam is a
I was
serious
speaking today.
woman.
I was speaking to a brother from Niger Republic. In for the first time in a while, I spoke to somebody from Niger Republic in a Senegalese restaurant. We haven't. I don't know if you guys know about attire. Okay, my brother just came from the States, and I thought I would take him
Yeah.
around.
Oh, you mean
Meet
the
him.
tea? The
So
tea?
yeah, the tea. Yes. I was talking to him, and he said to me, as out of all the AES guys, as far as he's concerned, Chami is a disappointment, okay? And he belongs to the same tribe as Chami, so let's put that aside. And also, he said Asimi Goita is a little bit of disappointment. He said he do think
He's a
Ibrahim
terrorist.
Traore is
He's a
doing well.
terrorist.
Yeah, he said no, but he said Ibrahim Traore. He said he wish Niger Republic was doing what Traore is doing, but he's not doing it. He's a bit slow in terms of development. Okay, still slow down. He said instead of development. So
No,
that's his
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that
okay.
boy
So
because
he
is a
thinks
that's what I was saying. The difference between
no,
these
yeah.
people, Ibrahim
No,
Traore,
I
he
can.
has
You're coming from the house,
Charlie
yeah.
is educated, right? These other two guys, that's what I say a
Al,
lot
that
of
boy is a
time.
terrorist.
People who enroll into the African military, only 5% of them they are illiterate, right? But if you look at Ibrahim Traore, he's one out of thousands of African soldiers that have graduated from college and they doing well. So he's solid. He has a very good foundation. But when you look at Essim Kota and the other guy from Niger, they have little education, right? They
What?
just go into the military and they find themselves up there.
What?
So that's why he's find them struggling a lot, right? Even Isi
No.
Asim Kota,
Right.
he is really, really illiterate. That's what I'm telling you right now. But Ibrahim Traore, he went to college. He's a very smart guy, you know,
Just
and he
because
know
you
what
went
he's
to
doing.
college,
That's the difference.
No.
that don't mean you're intelligent, bro.
Hold on,
But
Delroy. Let me get
I'm not
him. Let
saying
me
he's
get
not,
him.
I'm just saying just because you go to college, you have an degree, that doesn't mean you're intelligent.
Delroy, let me get him. Hold on. Let me say this to this dude, right? You are wrong about Ibrahim Traore, and both three of them you're wrong about. First of all, you need to look at things. Um, I'm not underestimating none of them, but Assimi Goita and Abraham Chiani, they are the only two leaders I see read their speech. You need to check that. You feel me? But Ibrahim Traore is like a superhero for the young people. You feel me? So he's in great favor, and a lot of positiveness is being shed around him, and I respect that totally. But when it comes to education, I think that Chiani, he's a well-studied man. He's a well-studied man.
Right on,
He's
Arkham
damn
Fire. Right on. You
yeah,
got it.
he's damn well-rounded. He's like, let me tell you something. He's running Niger like the CIA of Africa. He knows everything about everybody in detail. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you, those two leaders, Ibrahim Chiani and Assimi Goita, nobody to play with. Here, Ibrahim is the baby. Them two leaders there is nobody to play with. Here, so and brain wise too, education wise too. Assimi Goita, he used to be in Florida. He's not nobody to play with. Here. Oh, you think he can't speak English?
No, he does. He does speak English.
I'm done.
Icon. You know what the problem with most of these detractors are? They don't even give the AES no room to make mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't give them any little thing, right? Mansake, people like Mansake, CD,
Yeah, now
Brandon,
they
all of
want
them.
them to solve. They
Any
want
little
them to
thing,
solve all of the problems,
right?
right?
Any little thing, they don't give them a chance to even breathe. They just waiting for them to make a mistake. Boom, there it is. Oh, they jump on this. Boom, they jump on that. They don't want to see them succeed at all.
Yeah,
Boy, I'm telling you, this is the
hold on,
reason why.
hold on, brother. I'm pro AES. I just hope you know that. I just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I get your point. To the guy,
Now
to my man
who
that
is
was
going to?
talking, right? Let me add
Yeah,
something to the shame that we brought to certain people. You know, some of the people that were labeled by the United States as terrorists, right? You know who took them out? Which army took them out? The Mali army and the Burkina army. We
of
took a few
course,
of them.
of course, of
United
course.
States, even when they had the drone base in Niger, wasn't getting to those people. You understand? They were
They
letting these
they
terrorists
were
run
friends.
to Burkina, run to Mali, run everywhere, although that drone base was there. So I heard somebody was here on the panel lately talking about that although the drone base was in Niger, they can only do a little because they only do it because when they ask. That's a lie. When
Hey,
the United
Brandon,
States drone base, yeah, you see the level of ignorance from these people, right?
hold on.
Yeah,
No, wait, wait,
yeah.
wait,
SC.
wait, wait,
Wait,
You know,
wait,
let him
wait,
speak.
wait, wait, wait,
Let him
wait,
speak.
wait. 1 second. I want to tell you all something now to show you the whole conspiracy, right? Back in 2019, 2018, a lot of people went to Niger and they thought it was a tourist area. So you see where Agadez and this big drone area was? It was all white. All of those areas was full with white people walking up and down in sandals.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that stupid dirty place called Kidal. You see that dirty stinking place called Kidal where only if Arabs are there it stink and dirty. You feel me? But you see that place, huh? It was a tourist site. Pure soldiers and white women was walking all over that in 2019, all those times. You hear? And nobody from Bamako could go there.
the former
Algerian took it over.
Arkham Fire, the former president of France, right? He landed in Mali, went straight to Kidal, and told the president of Mali to meet him there. You understand?
And he couldn't go there.
They were getting ready to split this country into two,
Of
and
course.
that was the plan. And
Of
Assimi
course.
Goita and his people stopped that. They saw that and they stopped it. You understand?
You guys
You know.
forget NATO was actually in the Sahel. They actually had foot soldiers in the Sahel.
So
It's not just
Of course.
if you say NATO, America is part of NATO. So America was in the
yeah.
Sahel.
Oh, that's
For the
that's
people
that's
that
what I'm
spoke,
Yeah.
saying. That's why if
for the people,
if you listen
for
to
the
me, that's
yeah,
what I'm
I get it.
saying.
Let me finish this point,
Okay.
right? For the people that spoke previously about our interaction with the United States, they have been there. They took that L with everybody else.
Always.
So it took that L, right? You see Chani being smart. Let me tell you one of the smarter moves Chani made, and he got me on the edge of my bed. Chani got the American to get rid of the French, right? When the American got rid of the French, he got rid of the Americans. Tell me who can do that? Chani did
And
it.
Frank
Yeah, I
Macron
was
was
talking
they were upset with
in the
America
sense
at the
of
time. You remember?
development. I am talking in the
France
sense
was
of
upset
development
with
in
America at the
Niger.
time.
As the guy was saying to me, he's talking about the road infrastructure, building like what Traore is doing in Burkina Faso. He's not saying that in Niger, and he's a proper Niger guy from the same tribe as Chani. He's from
He a
Niamey.
I
terrorist.
mean,
Okay.
Your boy.
brother,
Hold on.
but
Hold on.
brother,
Hold
brother.
on. Hold on.
No,
Yeah.
Hold
this,
on. Wait,
they,
outlaw. Wait,
Yeah.
outlaw. First of all,
And please don't force your opinion on other people, please.
Al.
Don't do that.
First of all, Al, you need to
Yeah,
chill.
yeah.
You feel me? Because a lot of people are your families that be terrorizing that whole place. You need to just chill. And those
You need to
those
study. You
people
need to
that you're
study the problem
talking
in the
to,
Sahel.
that person that you're
You need.
talking to cannot go back there. That person that you're talking to cannot go back there. He's one of
That's
the
true. That's
enemies.
true. No, he's
He's one
not.
of the
He's his
terrorists.
people. It's his people that
Yeah.
suffering also from as you said. But
We,
the
we
reality
hear
is,
about
My
I
man,
can.
my man, my
I
man.
want
All
you
three
to tell
countries,
him. Hold on.
they're
I want
not
you to
gonna.
tell
They,
him something. Hold on.
wait till
Wait.
James
I
talk.
want you to tell him something. Tell him that the nearest bridge he find, jump over it.
Yeah, it's
What
nice
me?
to come in here. It's nice to come
What
in
you
here.
are?
Criticize your country that you haven't seen a lot of progress. Right? Everybody's tired of not seeing some progress in some shape or form in their country. I get that. Niger is coming a long way,
Listen,
so I'm not gonna.
any man,
Right. I'm
any
not.
Okay,
Let
man
me,
let me
is
listen to Saint
Hold
working.
James.
on,
Let me listen to Saint James.
let
Any
St. James
man
talk,
is.
brother. Let St. James finish his point. Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
St. James.
okay. So
Yeah, thank you.
Niger's as Burkina Faso is doing it gradually. As we can see it, this is where they're at right now. But I believe, right, when Niger pick up steams, you're gonna see a lot of development happening in that area because they are doing it in coordination right now. You understand? It's not
Okay.
because they
Okay.
might lag behind that. That you can say that it's not happening. It's gonna happen. Mali, you can
Right.
see a lot of things happening in Mali. Mali just struck a
Okay.
big deal in last 2 weeks ago with China,
Mm-hmm.
and you see when America said that they're going back to Mali, right? Did you hear?
Right.
Did you read the
Begging.
statement? Did you read the statement? They said they're going to Mali and they are going to the neighboring country, and we're waiting for them because they're gonna have to change that statement, right? You can't make that. You coming to AES? You're not saying you go. If you go to Mali, you went to Burkina, you went to Niger. So you cannot pick
Exactly.
one country and try to think that you can maneuver one country so it can go against the two. It can't happen. And there is one guy in Mali called Abdoulaye Diop. I guarantee you, the United States representative doesn't want to meet that guy. You see what I'm saying? He makes the whole entire Africa proud because this is one of
Yes.
the most prominent Minister of Foreign Affairs ever created in Africa. You understand? So
Right.
these
Okay.
are the ones
Yeah. Okay.
that are
Okay.
dealing with the Western world, and to the point
Listen.
that a lot of people are making. I will be damned, right, to sit on here and tell you that we close the door to everybody. We don't close doors. Those people who can get deals like yesterday, those are the ones that are crying. The people who can get better deals in the AES, they're not crying. They're there doing businesses. So the one that are crying are the one who want to come back thinking the old way is still there. The 60s, the 70s, no. We left that. We in the 2026.
Listen,
America, even including America.
Guess
If
what?
America wants deal
Hold on,
in
let him finish.
AES,
I can chill no man.
Guess what?
Chill no man.
They want
if
a kilogram.
yeah,
They want a
if
Let St.
kilogram.
James finish.
I
Let him
can
finish.
chill no man.
They
I
want a
can chill no
kilogram
man.
of
Chill no man.
uranium for 8
I can
cents.
chill no man. Chill no man. So
America,
what? So
America,
you
right?
Saint James. Are you saying the guy is
America.
on
A lot of
communication?
no. Let me finish this point, right? I'm part of that hypocrisy because I live in America. You know, you can pick me up. We can do that, right? I'm part of that hypocrisy. But at the same time, right, we're gonna have to be in a room and sit on the same chair as these people and negotiate deals, man. It's not gonna be like yesterday. I'm not afraid of America coming to the Sahel, but the best deal will be signing the Sahel that will benefit my people, or it's not gonna happen. You can believe that.
Okay, I
You
agree with
can
that. I
believe
agree with
that.
that. That makes sense. That makes sense. But what I'm trying to say is, right, if you look at Mali and Burkina Faso, when they was ransacked by the terrorists, they was actually seeking alliance from America first. Okay, they were seeking. I saw a guy from the Burkina Bay military. He was in the interview. He was nearly crying. Okay, he said the world have abandoned the Sahel and Burkina Faso. He said, I have contacted all the Western alliance who they worked with since, because after late Thomas Sankara, I think Burkina Faso Blaze went
Because
towards the west a little
they
bit,
could
okay?
save him.
And oh God, okay. So then that's when they decided to go with Russia as a last resort, okay? So when they went with Russia, and obviously we all can see when they removed NATO from the Sahel, there have been more improvement, and that kind of bit fishy. That's my point I was making from the beginning of Brandon saying that America and the West, they're not innocent with this terrorism that's happening in the Sahel. They are not,
Hey
because
man,
if
hold
you look
on.
Yeah,
at
but they're
Wait,
the one who
so
installed them there. What are you talking
Al.
about?
Wait,
They're the
wait,
one who
but that's
Delroy.
support
why
them.
Wait,
listen. We
Delroy.
cannot talk
Al,
for talk's sake. Let's
hold
talk with
on,
sense.
Al. Al,
Mm.
you said a point, and we want to deal with your point. Calm down. You know what? You know the war in Ukraine. It started 2020, 2022. That's when it started, right?
2014.
No. I mean the when Russia
You
decided
mean the
to
second invasion?
retaliate.
The second invasion. The
Wait,
second
yeah,
invasion.
when Russia decided to retaliate just the other day. But the reason why they inched Russia to start the war is because they want to destroy Russia. They wanted to destroy Russia's economy. But in 2020, Mali took over. Um, Mali took itself, right? So because Mali took itself, right? So there goes Russia helping Mali to contain itself, and then in 2022, Burkina Faso took control of their stuff. And then the war started. The war started because Russia is helping the Sahel to defend itself, or Africa in general. Because remember, Central Africa was in the play right there too, getting stabilized by Russia. You feel me? And what they call it, Wagner was doing a lot. So they were real mad. The Western people, they were real upset about the strength of Wagner, which is Russia. You feel me? So that's why the war really start, because they cannot deal with Africa armed. You feel me? They cannot deal with Africa leveling up with them. Can shoot the same bullets they can shoot. You feel me? So what they want to do is they would have to kill the head of who is stabilizing us. You feel me? Which is Russia. We listen, I'm giving Russia all the props. You feel me? I'm telling you, it's one set of white people. That's why I'm not fighting against white people. It's just Western Europeans. You feel me? I'm giving Russia
But what I would tell you,
all the props.
what I would tell you about Russia is Russians are
What?
not reliable. Number one. Number
No, at all.
two,
Yeah,
let me finish my
wait.
point.
Okay.
Let me
Yeah, but
finish
I'm
my
talking.
point.
I'm talking. But I'm
I
talking.
can
Don't cut. Hold on.
let see make his
Hold on.
points, man. Stop bullying people
No,
up here,
let
man.
me finish. Let me just finish out then.
Mm,
Let me just finish out then, right?
mm.
Me, I don't care about nothing that he's saying. You feel me? Because he wants to lick white people. He wants to lick out Donald Trump and the
Nah,
woman
man.
from the
You
European
can't
Union.
say
Yo,
that.
let
You
me
can't
talk,
say
man.
that.
Let me talk, man, Al.
Mm,
just stop the noise, man. Let me talk, because you're not in no good position either. So chill. Here, just chill. You feel me? Anyway, so yeah, you need to choose your side. You need to choose a side. Whether you on your tribe side, whether you on your tribe side or you on black side, you need to choose. You feel me?
Oh dear.
Your tribe is
You're going by history, Icon, and they don't know history, and that's the thing. You have to go by historical facts, like what you're doing.
Yeah. So I can't be doing no drawing board and blackboard and spelling out things for people. Grow up, go learn something. You feel me? Or let me talk and be quiet. You feel me? But anyway, what I'm saying now is the Sahel have leverage right now. Africa is being armed, and I love it. You feel me? They want to sell these arms. That's what Damiba said. Damiba and France, they want to take over Burkina Faso and these countries and then sell the weapons.
Okay, if I am on my tribe side, I will be on Traore side, because you know what I've seen recently, my tribe side territory in Burkina Faso has been liberated, and in fact the guy that's leading the battle in Burkina Faso is actually from my tribe. Actually, he's been doing so well, and he's not just been put there because of he's a Fulani. He's been put there because it's been tested and he's done so well in the ground, and he got promoted as Chef Tamajor. Okay, and the people are dying. Most of the people are dying in the Sahel is actually people from my tribe and the Manding people who have been ransacked by these terrorists. Even though we have people of different tribes in that terrorist group also. Let's make that clear. That's number one. Number two, nobody is against nobody. No, can I?
We mainly
Nobody.
hold on. We mainly after the Arabs. Your people just getting in front of the bullets.
Okay. I like to talk to people I know about what's going on. But anyway, so the funny thing is, right, this is the problem we have with this AES thing, right? Let me tell you the reality. This is why me and CD and probably Mansa K are actually struggling to understand outsiders telling us, explaining to us our own problems. Listen, thank you. This is the reality. Russia, when it comes to helping African countries in fighting invasion and warfare and stuff like that, or freed ourselves from bad things. They have been really good in doing that. But when it comes to development, in terms of building infrastructure, having a great economy, the Russians have not been. They don't have a good track record in doing that. This is the reason why I'm actually in the middle. Yeah, that's why I'm in the middle here. It's nothing to do with tribe. If the people that talk about tribe,
I'm not going in on you. I'm not. We are long time buddies. I'm not going in on you. You feel me? In fact,
no problem.
In fact, I love your tribe. My problem is your tribe don't love nobody except Arabs. So that's my problem.
That's not
you feel
true.
Me? That's
not
the
true.
only problem I have.
God,
Anyway,
that's not true.
Anyway, what I'm saying.
Not cool, but there you go.
Africa.
Yeah.
Are you from the Fulani tribe, right?
Listen,
yeah, I'm a Fula, yes.
Okay, I'm a Mandingo. But let me tell this guy.
I ain't trying to. Nobody trying to make
Okay, can I
tribal
speak now?
arguments.
Can you give the other
I
people
can
chance
let
to
someone
talk?
else talk now, brother. Yeah, I
Please.
can. Not frustrated.
So the
but
thing is,
man
when you say the Fulani tribe, we married the Fulani from our tribe and they married from us. So we have that intermarriage between we and the Fulani, right? That's completely false. That's not true. The reason I'm saying that Africa was saying Russia do not have track record of development in West Africa, specifically. Sékou Touré spent years and years with the Russian. They could not even build a common bridge in Guinea, right? So
right.
they don't have
What
that
years
track
was that?
record. Let me finish my
What year?
point.
Oh God, I can.
Hold on,
wait.
If you look at
Was it in the 90s? What year was it?
Let me finish my point. I'm telling
Let
you
him
right
finish.
now.
You find out.
So the thing is, even Moribo Keita, when Moribo Keita was in power, he was in connection with the Russian. They did not bring any development to Mali, right? And my concern with Ibrahim Traore, he's standing on his feet, but I don't trust Asim Kota because recently he went for the inauguration of Mamadi Doumbouya, right? And Mamadi Doumbouya is a liaison officer. He's a pure French.
Okay.
His wife is French gendarmerie, right?
City.
And the excuse that he gave to AES member, he said, well, Modibo Keita and Sekou Touré were friends. They were the
Yeah,
Pan-African president. Let me finish my
Unsung
point.
Kennedy.
Let me finish my point. So he trying to play a double standard right now. Ibrahim Traore, he has to be very careful as in Kota. As long as Asim Kota going closer to Mamadi Doumbouya, he's a big threat to Ibrahim Traore. And
Okay,
I'm telling
so
you
let me.
right now, it's easy for the French to manipulate Asim Kota right now because he's
No,
getting closer.
no.
Because
Now,
he
let me hold on. Let me add to what you're saying
okay,
now,
I don't want
because
to
Oh,
talk.
okay,
Delroy, come
okay,
on,
hold on, hold on,
Delroy.
hold on, wait, hold on,
Delroy,
hold
honestly,
on,
nah,
wait, hold on.
man.
Let me
Nah,
hold on. Let me
man.
wait, brother. Let me add to what he was saying because he's talking about Simi Gordon. Hold on. Because hold
Go
on.
on.
So City, you are
Yes.
aware that Simi Gordon attended to a school of Professor Franklin Niamsi.
That's
Simi
not a
Gordon
point that
has a
I'm talking about
okay.
right
Wait,
now.
hold
I'm
on,
telling
but wait, no, but wait, listen. He has a Pan African mindset because you are aware that when Assimi Gordon came to office, those certain sect Muslims they try to put Sharia law onto him. He said no, he's not doing that. So again, he has a Pan African mindset. He's a Pan African first, and he's a Muslim second. And then second, to answer your question, the reason why he went with Demboya because during when he had them sanctions, when ECOWAS put sanctions, Demboya came and was like, no, I'm not going to put sanctions on you because you're my
Hold on,
brother.
bro.
Wait, hold on,
CD
hold
is
on,
not.
wait, hold on,
Let Mansake
hold
finish.
on, hold on.
1
Wait,
second.
brother, hold on.
CD
Let me,
is
No, man, nah,
not
man.
Pan
let
African.
me,
Nah, man, let
me
him
speak
finish.
before.
I can, nah, man, let him finish.
Hold on. Let me speak, and then you can speak. So that's the reason why he went over there as solidarity because of what he did. But other than that, does he fully trust him? No, it's a business transaction. So again, his mindset's not going to change because again, he's a Pan Africanist, and on top of that, the setup that you see right now, that was his idea.
do you know
So he's not.
Mali? If you see
But
Mali
CD,
today, right? The issue with
is not
Mali,
Pan African.
the
Yes,
reason
they are
Mali
gone,
is
CD.
behind today is because of Musa Traore. You talk about he being a Muslim. Musa Traore was a Muslim, right? He
No, I'm
ruled
talking
Mali
about
for
Simi
20
Gorda.
some more years. Listen, he ruled Mali for 20. He was the one that got rid of Modibo Keita and came into power.
Yeah,
And
right.
the civilian chasing out of the country. The reason why Mali is behind today is because of Musa Traore. He sat down on the
Right.
country. He was a French puppet, and he damaged
What's
the
your
entire
point?
system of Mali.
What's your point? What's your
So
point?
my reason is, he said, Asim Kota is a Muslim, he's a Pan-African. You do not judge someone by his name. You cannot look at his name and say, well,
but
he,
dude, that's not City.
and
That's
all
not what
these
I
people that I'm
City.
talking about, we speak the same
Yo,
language. I'm telling
CD,
you
Yes,
right
but
will you
now.
City, that's not. But City, that's
CD,
not
be
what I
quiet,
said.
let the
City,
man explain himself,
but
man.
City, that's not what I said. I specifically told you. You know Professor Franklin Niamsi. He has a school in Mali. Assimi Gorda went to that school. When he went to
Oh
that
my
When?
school,
God.
when he listen. I don't know the dates, but listen, when he went to that school, he had a Pan African mindset. And guess what? Guess who's his mentor? Guess who's his protege? Ibrahim is his protege. That's why he
Okay.
became a Pan
Okay. I
Africanist
mean,
too.
do you know what I find? Do you know what I find so cringy when I hear outsiders calling the grandchildren of Samori Toure and Alpha Yaya Jallo, who fought and died,
Yep.
rescued black race from Europeans, calling us we are anti-black is the most
Exactly.
disgusting thing I ever said. It
Who?
is so cringe.
Yeah, it is.
Alpha Yaya Jallo,
Yep.
and late rest
Exactly.
in peace Samori Toure
Samuel
fought,
Toure then, yeah.
fought to the
Yeah.
yes, and fought their life, and they fought so
The first
long.
United Nations Secretary General was Jalo. These are what the men in
Yes,
Africa, right? So to Reke Jalo
yes,
for the same,
yes,
politics. So when we're talking
yes,
to you guys, all these people from our tribe, but they all have different mindset. You cannot look at someone and
yes.
say, well, this person from our tribe is Pan-African. No, it doesn't work that way. They have
City.
It's
most
so
of these
cringy.
people went to the. Do you know that most of these people went to the same school in Senegal? When you talk
Yeah,
about
we
Ofoe
are.
Yeah, they did.
Boye,
But
Senko,
Yeah, and
but
Modibo Keita,
yeah,
City,
Sekou, they went to
City.
school
I
with
yeah.
us.
wish. I swear to
A
God.
Fulani
I wish.
Mandinka and one of country.
I wish. I just wish I could get
Oh God.
Niamsi on the speaking panel. Well, what I'm trying to tell you is just like that dude is Pan African first and Muslim second. I'm trying to tell you
Okay.
Me and is a
CD,
Muslim.
Mansake,
because he
let's be
literally
honest. Let's be honest.
because
Mansake.
like but
Yeah.
listen hold up. You saw the interview when he was talking in Guinea, right, City? What did he say? What did he say in our language? He said Pacific. He said unsung kilidi. We are the same. Did he not say that in the interview?
Yeah.
No, but
Well, that's the same thing that's
you got
happening
you got
now.
to understand this. The reason Asim Kota is going to Guinea, he's losing popularity among the Malian.
No, he's
He's
not.
losing.
Thank
I'm
you.
telling you right
He is.
now.
He is.
He's
He
losing.
He's
is.
not.
Do you
You guys
know?
don't
Do
know
you
what's
know
going
he
on in the
fired
belly.
his prime minister? What's the reason why he fired his prime minister? Do you know the reason?
He said, do I know the reason why he fired his prime minister?
Yes.
I know.
Go ahead.
Why?
Say it.
I
Go ahead.
know.
Why he
Go ahead.
fired
Because
his prime minister?
because the
Go ahead.
prime
Say it.
minister because the prime minister don't know what's going on. The prime minister
No.
trying to broadcast.
The
Hey, let
prime
me
Oh,
talk,
minister is
man.
stop speculating.
Hey, you ask me
okay.
why.
Let me
I
tell you
don't
the
concern
reason.
you, man.
The
Hey,
prime minister he
stop the
being
noise, man. Let me talk. You don't know nothing. Let me talk. Because you don't know everything. And let me talk. And you can't stop me from speaking. And let me
okay.
have
Yes,
my
please, sir.
point.
Okay.
You feel me? The prime minister is an old politician that don't know what's going on, especially in the mind of Assimi Goïta. You feel me? He don't know what's going on, and he there challenging the political status and wanting to implement his old time democracy. And Assimi Goïta decided that you're not going to grandstand in front of camera about nothing. So go home and go find a rocking chair on a veranda, because you don't even understand that Mali and the Sahel is trying to have a China style government, not no democracy. You hear? That's what y'all need to know.
Say, I can. Let me tell you one thing about the Sahel, right? The Sahel is a historical place where a lot of people and different tribes formed, based on
So
empire.
what?
We're not
So what,
tribalistic
bro?
people.
Stop.
We're not. No, hang
So
on. We're not
what?
tribal.
Don't give me
No,
no
no.
history
Someone.
lesson.
No, no,
Talk
no,
and
no,
don't give
no.
me no
We're
history lesson.
okay.
Talk.
I'll
Don't
give
give
you
me
an
no history
example.
lesson.
We are people. We are people that we're connected. Some of us, I'm a Fuller, my mother is Mandinka. CD is Mandinka. Masake is Mandinka. We're
I don't
agreeing
care
and we're
about. I
disagreeing.
don't care
No,
about
but just
none of you.
listen.
Talk and
We
stop
are
giving me
agreeing. We
history.
are agreeing and
Talk and
disagreeing with
stop
certain.
giving me history. Talk.
Okay.
Stop giving me
Stop. Yeah,
history.
listen. Stop. No, allow it, no man. Stop your bullet thing, man. I mean, I like that. But
Yeah,
anyway,
but me not like
so what
me
I'm
not
trying to.
like y'all try, but me not like y'all try act like you know more than me, but just because you come from
No.
there, I come from there too.
No, I'm not. I'm not. You are. You are an African
So
brother. You
just
got the
talk.
African mindset. I agree. Okay, listen. I'll talk. So now, the people that you see around here, we have experienced good and bad from the Russian, from the West and the East. I agree. This is not as simple as we might want to see it here. Like say, oh, the Russians are better, the Chinese are better, or the West is better. We should choose what, we should actually go, we should pick and choose what is best for us. Okay. If we think Russia is the best in terms of helping us to fight the jihadists, we align with Russia in terms of military cooperations. If we think China is best, aligning with for development infrastructure, we align with Russia. If we think, it's best to go with the West in terms of education and stuff like that, we align with them. We use them for different things because this is how we've been used by
You're
different.
saying we. No, it's Al, you're saying we. Are you trying to
Yeah,
say that if this decisions is only for people in Africa or where that come from the Sahel region? Let me tell you something. I'll tell you this. You feel me?
I haven't finished. I
If
haven't
the
finished
Sahel,
speaking, but
listen,
I'll come
I'll
back.
tell you this. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you this. If the Sahel is not going in the direction of Pan-Africanism, we are enemies. And we will spend
Yes,
our time
okay.
fighting
So,
them.
what do you
And listen, let me
do
say
you
this.
what
Hold
you
on.
define as Pan Africanism?
Stop.
What do you
And
define
I'm
as
telling
Pan
you that we
Africanism?
will spend our time fighting them. You feel me? Let me tell you something. We
You.
are fighting against the government of Cote d'Ivoire. We don't
Yeah.
think we are with the government of
Mm,
Patrice Talon. Don't think we are
mm.
with the government of Nigeria. No, we're not. We're fighting against them. We're fighting against them. Don't think that
Oh,
just because you see
forget about
you see
Nigeria.
us smiling.
Forget.
You know, I agree. I agree. Listen, forget about Nigeria, right? Nigeria is
Oh,
just a different thing,
no,
and it's a
I
different old
said
ballgame.
Cote d'Ivoire too. I said Cote d'Ivoire
Okay.
too, and Sierra Leone,
Okay.
and Liberia. Any one of them who is generally wanting to associate themselves with the West and be all buddy with the West. You are an enemy to black people, so you don't have no
Right. Okay.
choice. You don't have a choice
No,
like, oh, we can
this.
choose to deal with the West. You don't have no choice. You can't deal with your slave master. It's not an option. These people rob you, enslave you. You don't have no option.
I
You
understand.
have
I
to cut them
understand.
out.
I'm
We
not
want to
disagreeing a
conquer
lot of
them.
the things you
No,
say.
I don't like how you talk. You talk as if, oh, you think that it's your choice. You don't have no fucking choice. You have no choice. We are telling you your choice.
You are not. You
We
are
are
not
telling your
listening. You are
choice.
not.
Our choice is your choice.
I can. Your choice. What, have you ever been to the Sahel? Have you ever fought war in the Sahel? Do you have a family member that been to the Sahel to fight the war?
Yeah, but
I have. I have family members. I have family members in the military that have been out there fighting in the Sahel. So stop.
Shut up, man. Shut up, man. But the
No,
same
we got
you,
chill with
hold
the
on, let me
setup
say
thing,
something
man.
about
Come
the
on.
Sahel. It's the Sahel fault. Hold on, it's the Sahel fault. It's your fault that the condition that you're in. You need to know that. You
Yeah,
need to
this is
know
our
that.
leaders who
It's just
is our
because
leaders who were complacent.
Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet.
Now,
The
if you talk to me like that, I will not be quiet. If you talk
let
to
me
me like that, I'm
just
not
be
going to be
quiet.
quiet.
Just be quiet. You, the Sahel,
Please,
have been
please,
selling.
please.
No, you, the Sahel, have been selling, have been in association with France and the Arabs, selling out black people, selling black people east and west.
I am not from the.
You are.
I am not from the Sahel. I am
Let
from
me
Sierra
talk
Leone.
and
I'm from
stop
the
the
coast.
talking. I ain't talking. So let me talk.
Nah, I talk too much, man.
when you sell out all the people, that's how the French came in and put their foot on your goddamn neck. You feel me? Because you have sold out all the people. You feel me? So now you're easy to conquer. That's why they conquer Mali, for the Senegal, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger and Chad. It's because you all took advantage of the people that was there and sold them and say you are Muslim and you're not Muslim, so we're going to sell the non-Muslims. It's the stupidity of your behaviors that got you into your position. And only Pan-Africanism and Pan-Africanists can save you, not some crazy people like what they call him, CD. CD is also a terrorist.
See why you see
It's crazy.
This is very interesting, isn't it? You know, to have people telling us our lifestyle and
Yeah,
telling us what we're facing. It's so cringy. It's unbelievable.
You Fulanis is going to be targeted. Nobody wanted to target you, but
the most educated people in West Africa.
You have made yourself a target. And you hear how you sound obnoxious.
When they talk about the Fulanese, you don't want to. You get angry. Why?
The Fulani are the most educated people in West Africa. Do you know that?
You hear
he doesn't know that, but he will still learn.
You don't want nobody else to talk. You want to take the mic and talk. You sound very cocky, as if you're the king tribe of Africa. That's how you talk. You feel me? You all need to be humble.
No.
It's just because nobody's not fighting against you. Your tribe is just fighting up themselves. Let me talk. Your tribe is just fighting up themselves on the continent, acting like they don't like nobody. Nobody not even trying to fight your tribe. Nobody not even trying to fight your tribe. And your tribe going around killing people.
Do you know what?
They don't care.
If people hate you sometimes,
that's why you don't know.
Do you know what? Do you know when? Do you know when you have success in life?
It's best you stop the
talking. Do you know when? Do you know when you have success in life? Hello, but do you know when you have success in life, you're gonna get people that are gonna hate you, and you're gonna have people that love you. That's not a problem.
And the reality is, they are the most educated and the most successful tribe in West Africa. Let me tell you that right now.
And he's still
success. When you kill people
and he's still
success.
So how many people? How many? Do you don't know the geopolitics? You don't know the geopolitics and the current problem in the Sahel.
Your people are coffee.
You need to. you need to calm down, bro. Because
Yeah,
you know
the
what, me and
Fulanis
you been
are cow
me.
thieves.
Okay, I've been in different platforms with you, Icon, yeah, and me and you exchange fire.
No, you're
But
too hyper. No, you are
I
too
don't
much
want to do
real.
that with
That's
you
why
today.
I'm
I
talking
don't want to
like
do
this.
that to you. You have said so many
I
wrong
don't
things.
care. Your
Can I
tribe is the
You have said
offender.
so many.
Your tribe is the offender. Your tribe is the
Okay,
offender. The Fulanis are the
okay. Now I'm
offenders,
having now I'm having a
acting
Jamaican, a
like
yard
they
man
are
telling me about
Arabs.
my tribe.
The Fulanis are
Okay.
acting like they are the Arabs of Africa. The
Okay,
Fulanis
God,
act
this is
like they
very.
are the Arabs of
All
Africa.
right, all right, all
Acting
right,
like
all right, all right.
they
Let
don't like
someone.
other black people. The
Yes. Okay.
Fulanis,
Okay.
the
Okay. Okay.
Fulanis
Okay.
need to
Okay.
go
Okay.
left.
Okay. Okay.
The
Okay.
Fulanis
Okay.
need to
Okay.
go
Okay. All
left.
right. All
Yeah.
right. All right. All right. All right.
Yes,
All right. All right. All right.
yes,
All right. Calm down. Calm
you
down.
just
Calm
trying
down.
to
Take a deep
overtalk me.
breath. Take a
No,
deep
you
breath.
just
Take a
trying to
deep breath.
overtalk me.
All
I
right.
know what
I
you're
can
doing.
take a deep
You're
breath.
trying to.
Take a deep
You
breath.
can
Take a
stop
deep breath.
talking
Take a deep
too.
breath.
But
Take a deep
You can
breath.
stop
Take a deep
talking
breath.
too.
Take a deep
You
breath. Okay.
no, you take a
Just one
deep
second.
breath. You
Just 1 second.
chill.
Silence. Silence.
Yeah,
Silence
the
for 1 second,
Fulanis
please.
needs to go to
Okay.
Arabia and
You
live
need.
there.
Okay.
They're not
but
supposed
Yeah.
to
You
live
need.
around black people. If they
You
don't
need to.
like black
Okay. Take
people,
it.
go
I
to
wanted to
Arabia.
I wanted to add what he said he was saying, what he was saying about the Russians. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he
Okay.
is right. He is right. He is right about the infrastructure. However, they are using the Russians for security and military
I said
purposes.
that. I said
And
that.
then,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and
Mhm.
then they are using China for infrastructure, and they're using Turkey for drones. So that's why they have multiple partnerships. So they don't just rely on
Okay.
one. But
That's
that's what I
good.
wanted to
That's
add.
good. I like that.
Yeah,
I
but
like that.
thank you
And it's
very,
so.
very much. I like that. I mean, someone being
Thank
positive
you.
like that, that's the right word of arguing. But this guy just
Yeah.
going all over the place. The reality is,
City.
yeah.
We have Jamaican telling us about our people now, and it's very interesting. We need to start smoking.
You're
We need to
acting
start
like it's
smoking our
your
Jamaican
show.
weed in there.
So it's because you're acting like it's your show. That's why I be talking. Because you won't stop
Nah, man.
talking.
Listen, Me and you have to have a fire next time, but in a different show. I want to respect my brother's platform, so I'm just gonna cool down. Yeah. So let's let other people
And
speak,
this
man. Yeah.
conversation is not constructive, man.
If Nigerian boy, if this one, I agree with you, man. It's not been constructive
Hey,
because
let me
people are
pass it
interrupting others.
Burkina Bay. Meet yourself, Burkina Bay.
What's up, Dinus? How you been?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good. So I was here to answer your question because you're trying to know if Donald Trump is coming back to the Sahel.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I think he has to because it's almost as though I think he has no choice to do it. I think he has no choice to do it because there's a game plan that predates Donald Trump, meaning that no matter who.
How will he do it?
No.
Can you
No,
stop interrupting people, man?
What I wanted to first say is that even if he was to be somebody different from Donald Trump that was in power in the United States, okay? Even if he was to be somebody different from Donald Trump, whoever that is would have still tried to come to the Sahel, okay? So Donald Trump is simply following a game plan that would have been executed with him or without him, because the West depend on our resources. It's not just it's not just how do you call it? It's not only France. It's not only the United States. All of them depend on our resources. Okay, and I can give examples. Okay, you see France, for instance. Okay,
uranium.
Of course, we know that. Of course, we know that they need the uranium for themselves. Okay, but the one thing that people are not considering is that France also resells electricity to neighboring European countries as well.
Yep.
Right? And all those countries want France to come back in power.
Yep.
I mean, all those countries want France to be in control of the business. You get what I'm saying? Because their survival depend on it.
Right.
And we're not even talking about the multiple bombs and weaponries that they need the uranium for. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when it comes to the black man, Because
Let
when
the
it
man
comes to the
finish.
black
He just
man,
came on. He just came on. Let him finish.
Al, shut up and let the
Go on.
man talk, man. Who wants to come in? Come in. Shut up, man. You're a navigator.
let me interject
Yeah,
real quick.
listen. I can go and smoke a spliff and come back, man.
The Europeans, hold on. I just want to interject. I'll give it back to him.
Yeah. So
what I'm
yeah,
trying to say
thank you,
is
man. Thank you. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. So okay, I'll keep talking then. So yeah. So this is what I was saying is that they're leeching off us as far as like the well-being that they need in the West. Okay. They absolutely, totally depend on us and on our resources. It's just that they hide this to their people, okay? They lie to their people and they hide to them how dependent they are from our resources. They absolutely
and they
depend on
will
us.
unite over that. They will unite over that.
And also, look, you see all these.
Do you know what, Marco? My Burkinabe brother, what you just said? No, hang on. My Burkinabe brother, what you just said. Marco Rubio, when he just came in, when the Trump administration came in, he said we have to help the French in West Africa. He said it. There's no secret. You can go and research the video. He said we have to help the French to gain West
You're
Africa.
not done
He
yet?
said it.
Okay,
Let the man from Burkina Faso.
Hold on. You see the
Let the man from
uranium?
Burkina Faso speak. I like to hear
Let me talk,
the
man.
source
Navigator.
from
Let
the
me
mouth.
talk, navigator. Shut up, man. Anyway, you see this uranium? Okay, you see this uranium? It is more important than ever since. This is the reason.
Indeed.
AI needs more electricity than what a lot of people expect. So they need to generate a whole bunch of electricity right now to control the AI market. That I'm talking about Western Europe and America. So only uranium can give them the electricity that they need.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it, and also because of the AI, it's gonna be based on who have the minerals. That's why when Trump came to power, he emphasized a lot on minerals. Because I work in the engineering sector. I said this before. Okay, the amount of money and effort you needed to train engineers to, for example, make a component for aerospace engineering or mechanical engineering, you don't need that anymore. The people that used to go university and get high degrees to do that, they don't need that anymore. Now what they do, they send them to the colleges. I go to colleges, I see young boys in there, and then a year later I see them working for a company. I'm like, oh, how did you manage to do this? Now the machines are doing it, and they're laying off a lot of engineers who are well qualified, to replace them with college students. When I say college in England, college is like someone that's actually, is a lower education, not higher like America. Okay, so the machines are doing this. So in the next few years, whoever have the minerals is going to be winning. For electricity is going to power this. I agree with you, Icon, on that. Spot on. Okay, I hope your conversation started on this point. I would have had more level ground with you. Okay.
Give them the
electricity.
The reason why I'm saying, let me tell you this, Al.
The brother on the bottom, you gotta mute yourself.
Al,
So we can hear the
for us
feedback.
to be friends, you
I
have to
muted him.
be.
Let me read the super chat. Chahaka 3897, thank you for $5. Holla had to leave. Can you put the link back in? I got you. You're back in, Delroy. Guys, we're closing out in 10 minutes. So
Okay. So before we go to the roundup, so this is it,
Give
right?
somebody
So
a chance, Al.
Oh my God! I can why you have against me, man? What am I going with you today?
But you can't even let somebody else breathe to talk.
Yeah. Come here and tell me to jump off a bridge. You come here and insult me blood clot tribe. Yeah, you come here and insult my people. Them. You come up on the show, Pambea, emotional
Your people
thinking.
are aggressors. Your people are aggressors. So don't
nobody's more aggressive than the Yardman. Nobody's more aggressive. Nobody's more aggressive than the Yardman.
We cannot end the
Nobody's more
last
aggressive
show
than
with the 10 minutes
nobody's
of
more
argument.
aggressive than Yardman. Your people, listen. Yardman come to England and kill off African. Yardman go to America and kill off American. Yardman go everywhere on the blood planet and kill off people. And then I tell my people are fucking aggressive. You're mad.
Jamaicans, not all Jamaicans are right.
No,
a lot of Jamaicans. Let me talk. Hold on.
So why I say? So you want to say? Why I say? All full of people them aggressive. Am I aggressive to you, bro?
No, I'm not say I didn't say all of them. I didn't say all of them, but let me tell you this.
And you come here insult the tribe that saved the black race from the white man.
Save who?
No,
save who?
Nobody.
Save
listen,
who?
I just name people. Listen, we worship them. We worship. We worship. When the white man came to West Africa, the only people that the tribes that fought.
Listen.
We got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes.
Yeah, you want to argue?
Okay. All I gotta do. Thank you. In Sierra Leone, we have Bible Ray, Saint Lucia. In Guinea, we had Alpha Yajalo, it was a Fulani. We had Samori Ture, who was a Mandinka. Name me one people of your tribe that done that. Name me one of your people. Come on, then tell me one of your people in Jamaica that done that.
Wait, hold on.
Let somebody else talk,
man. Dumb, man.
St. James, Africa. Can I say something? We only got 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're right.
Icon.
Go on, man.
Icon, can I say something to you, Icon? Can I say something to you?
Yeah.
Let's not argue about it. I don't believe in tribes. And like we Jamaicans and in the diaspora, we are so mixed up. You can't separate us. That's why I don't believe it. We have so much. We have Fulani, we have Igbo, we have we have that in us.
Hold on, Delroy. Remember in slavery, they caught a Fulani prince, right? You know how they caught him? He was selling slaves and they grabbed him too.
Okay, but
you're right.
But guess what? But since we're Fulani also, since we're all of them, that's why I don't like. Finish talk.
No, Delroy.
Guys, can I share an experience with you?
Delroy.
Name me one port. Name me one slave port. Name me one Fulani slave port in West Africa doing Atlantic slavery. Name me one Fulani slave port in West Africa. Name me one Fulani slave port in West Africa.
Icon.
Guys, can I share some knowledge?
Right now, there's a whole bunch of idiots, a whole bunch of big old idiots making the life of Nigerians. Hold on. There's a set of people making the life of Nigerians. There's a set of people right now making the life of Nigerians a living hell. I wonder who are they?
Guys, can I please share some knowledge?
You got a point. All
right, let Burkina Bay finish what you're saying.
Burkina Bay speak. You have 30 seconds.
So guys, like, because you see, I wanted to touch on, like, because I keep hearing people talking about how African tribes sold each other and this, that, and third, right? I prefer sharing real experience, like real examples of this having happened, so that, like, to enlighten everybody once and for all, okay?
Yeah.
And I'll explain it to y'all, okay? Because my mother, the dominant tribe in Burkina Faso is Moshi, okay?
Yeah, Mosi.
The Mosi people. My mother is Mosi, all right? Now, there's another tribe. My father is like a different tribe from Mosi. And his tribe is Dagare. So you have Dagare people in Ghana, but my father is a Dagare from Burkina Faso. There's also Dagares in Burkina Faso, all right?
Yeah.
So now, you see, the Mosi people, long time ago, used to enslave the Dagari people from Burkina Faso, all right? But now, here's the thing, because this is what you guys need to understand, right? Is that up to this day, right? My father's people didn't lose their language, okay? because they have a distinctive language of their own up to this day.
No,
They
did
didn't
they
lose
sell
their.
them? Did they sell them to white people?
They didn't sell them to white people. They only.
Is that the mostly people that work on the
So we're
farm,
not talking about
in
that.
the
So that's
farm
a whole
and
different.
all these
Hold on,
villages?
that's different. That's different,
No,
boss
I
man.
know, but they
I think this part
still
of the
use
subject
them.
is irrelevant right now.
That's
No,
different. Don't talk about that. That's different. Don't talk
they still
about
use
that.
them. They still
Yeah,
use
but
them as
that's
slaves,
different.
though.
We're not talking about that part. That they
We shouldn't be
didn't
talking
leave.
about slavery
You
at
said
all.
they didn't lose their language. You said they didn't lose their language.
They didn't lose their
So
names.
it's
Everything is still
different.
intact.
Yes, so it's
Yeah, but
different.
still,
Okay.
but still, history report that they were enslaved. That's the thing.
Yeah, but it's not the same slavery. You don't. We are the ones who went through slavery. So
Why?
if you
Because
want
they're
us to tell
Africans.
you how
Is it
slavery
because they're
went,
Africans?
we
Yeah.
can. Hold on. If you want to tell, if you want us to tell you how
Chattel
slavery went,
slavery is different.
we
Yeah,
can tell
chattel
you.
slavery is way different.
But it's not the
Way
same
different,
thing.
bro.
Yeah. In
Right,
terms of
but the
the
point,
brutality, I agree.
So
But we should. But like I
it's
the
said,
point
man,
I was trying to make.
that's irrelevant. Those slavery,
yeah.
is gone. It's finished with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the
Okay,
point
exactly.
I
I
was
don't.
trying
Can
to
you tell
make.
me
move
one?
on from that.
I can. Can I ask you a question if you don't mind, please? Please.
Yeah.
You emphasize on Fulani and slave trade a lot when it comes to transatlantic slave trade. Start from from the far north of West Africa to the bottom. Can you tell me one slave port that the Fulani people built that or they owned?
Y'all don't own nothing. Y'all camel riders. Y'all don't own
So
nothing.
you
You
That's
never
not true.
you never you never wanted
All right,
you
if I
never
can interject, Africa, that's a disingenuous question.
yeah.
How? Tell me how and why?
Well, the question
You
that what
Oh,
slave
every
trade was
tribe,
built.
every tribe owns slaves.
All of the slave
even now the
Every
Fulani
tribe.
that was built by slave labor with the Europeans overseeing it. That's just a disingenuous question.
Oh yeah,
yo,
that's true. That's true. I agree with that. I agree with that.
even
But
now
the
the
slave port,
Fulanis don't know the even now the Fulanis don't know the ocean.
They are one of
oh
the
my God,
most productive tribe in West Africa, the Fulani.
in West Africa, you in
Education, business
Nigeria,
wise,
everything,
both.
wealth,
Well,
everything.
the
You need
reason
to.
they're not
You
in
know,
politics, the
I'm
reason they are
not
not in the
talking about
military because most of
hey,
them are educated. So
you
that's
know,
why
I'm
it's
not
Yeah.
hard for them
talking
to get a
about
military coup.
you know, I'm not talking about Fulani because of the past. I'm talking about Fulani because of the present. So y'all need to get
I'm
that
talking about
straight.
the Fulani now. I'm not talking. Listen. I agree. The Fulani in Nigeria, some of them, not all of them, have caused some trouble in some area because they've been recruited into jihadist group like ISWAP, Boko Haram. No, in fact, Boko Haram, which is the biggest terrorist group in Nigeria, is not Fulani, it's Kanuri to start with, and ISWAP, Lakurawa, that was bombed by Trump in Sokoto.
I
They came
don't
from Libya.
care.
They're not
Fulani is
Fulani.
in all
Trump
of
So
didn't
you
them.
bomb
don't say
nobody.
so that mean so you don't yeah exactly no but he bought up yeah oh,
Fulani is in
that's what they
all of
say
them.
Delroy.
Africa,
Can I
sometimes
Delroy
people don't know the
I can
difference between the Hausa and the Fulani. So they
or a
mistakenly
Tuareg
take the Hausa to be
or a
Fulani.
Zama or a Songhai or yeah they don't know this it's funny this is why you know what I can say what you like okay I'm done keep
Could,
rapping
could,
Yeah,
could,
yeah.
could
keep
we,
yapping
yeah, but this tribe
Don't
thing, boy,
defend
this
them.
is the problem in Africa. Too much tribes, bro. What's it? Fuck that
It's
tribe
not the
shit.
too much tribes. It's too
Okay.
much people defending wickedness. You
Yeah,
have a lot
but
of people, they don't want no wickedness to come to their door, but
I can.
they're willing to.
You've been compromised. The Igbos, the Biafra movement, they have brainwashed you to believe certain things, but it's fine. And also, what I know is a lot of Islamophobia going on on the airwave in the internet, and I understand
forget
that. And
about religion, bro.
our,
No
our
religion. No
but
religion.
no, this is part. This is no way. This is part of it, though. We can't
I
get away
am
from that, and
Islam.
we
Yeah, but
understand that.
no, it's not
Yeah.
our religion.
No,
It's Arab and white
no,
religion. It's not
I
ours.
am
exactly.
Islamophobic. I don't
Okay.
like
I'm not
Islam.
saying. Thank you. I'm glad he agreed with it, and I
Yeah.
understand that, Delroy. Okay, I'm not here to defend any
Islam is a slave
Abrahamic.
religion.
I'm not here to defend any Abrahamic religion. But one thing, people like Pan Africans who actually claim to be Pan Africans are coming here and insulting the people that fought the most for this safeguard of Africa and the black
Like
race.
who?
You know,
Like who?
like who? Like the
Yeah.
Fula, the Mandinka, the Bambara, the Mende, you know, and the Akan, and all these people in West Africa fought so long against white European invasion. And we have people that we worship as heroes. We still got them. Yeah, we do our history is not
Oh,
wiped away.
your
So,
hero is Usman Danfodio, a thief.
oh God, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Usman Danfodio
That's your hero.
was a Muslim scholar. He was a
Yeah.
Muslim scholar. I tell you what, thank God to
Yeah.
Usman
I
Danfodio.
think that
Yeah,
the
thank God to
Fulanis
Usman
need to be
Danfodio.
listen. I think the
No,
Fulanis need to
it's Van
be
Danfodio. Yeah, it's what I'm
colonized.
saying. You've been brainwashed. You know, listen,
The Fulanis need to be
Usman
colonized.
Danfodio. Usman, you've been brainwashed by.
If I had my way, all Fulanis have to convert. If I had my way, all Fulanis have to convert to Pan-Africanism or die. Hold on.
They
If I had
have
my
they are one
way,
of the
hold on.
groups that they want
Listen, hold on. If I had my way,
yeah.
if I had my way, all Fulanis have to convert to Pan-Africanism or die.
Not
Okay,
only
okay.
Fulani, bro. Everybody.
So
Yeah,
it's only Fulani that are Muslim in
But
Africa. It's only
especially
Fulani
them.
that are Muslim.
Just because I'm talking to them. But all of them.
You've been brainwashed. You've been brainwashed by people who actually have zero interest, you know, in the
Yeah, if
safeguard
you
of
want
Africa.
your
The
life,
same
if you want your life,
people that brainwash. Listen, the same
hold on.
people. The same people that brainwash you are the same people that are calling America to come and invade the Sahel. You're very contradictory, guy. You contradict yourself
If
throughout
the Fulani man, hold
the
on.
conversation.
Al,
I know
if
you. I know you love. I know you love Fulani. I know you love Fulani. I know you do. I know.
I
I can
love
tell.
them. I love them.
Yeah, I know
Hey,
you
if
do.
the
Yeah.
Fulani man catch you in the desert and he asks you if you are a Muslim and you say no, he gonna slice your throat in the sand.
I
Or
can.
you
Do
have
you
to
know this?
convert.
Do you know most of this? Do you know most of these guys in the Sahel? Listen. Do you know
So
most of the
that's
guys
what
in the
need to
Sahel
be.
doing the
Hold
killing
on.
are
So
not?
that's
Do you know most of the
That's
guys in
the
the Sahel
only
killing?
way.
They're not
That's
Muslims.
the only
Do
way
you know
you
most of the
can deal
killers?
with Fulanis.
Do
That's the
you know
only
most
way
of the
you can deal with
Sahelians?
them.
Hello. Do you know most of the Sahelians that are doing the killing in Nigeria are not Muslim? These are people that practice animism. Okay.
Lies. You're a liar. You're a liar. The most thieving. Hold on. The most thieving and conniving and wicked killers in Nigeria are Fulanis. They are land thieves.
So you've been brainwashed by the Igbos who are currently actually begging America to come and invade your so-called precious AES, but then they're not sellouts. And but then you're going after the Fulani who actually throughout history have fought against invaders. And in fact,
It's
I
the
will tell you, I'll
Muslims.
never get.
It's Muslims that invade in Sahel. It's the Muslims. It's the terrorist Muslims.
Yeah, but then if you're country, I can
Tinubu
you
is
have
a
contradicted
Muslim.
yourself. You are contradicting
Icon. It's
yourself.
not a terrorist. It's not a terrorist Muslim. It's France and America.
Yeah, but the Muslims, you see the
Well, they go
Muslims. Let
through.
me tell you something
That's what
about
they
the.
use. That's who they use. But it's
Yeah,
them.
yeah, but
They're
of course,
they're
but
the
they
real.
have their own. They have their
They
own.
are
They
using
want
Islam.
something too. They
They're
want to
using
turn. They
Islam.
want. Listen.
They're
They
using
want to
Islam
make black
as a tool.
people. Hold on. They want to make black people dirty foot slaves. You feel me? And wear dirty
I can.
clothes and walk up and
I can.
down dirty.
The
That's what. Listen.
The most hated president of
Hey,
Nigeria that just died. Listen, let me just give one lesson. Have you heard about the Chadic War? Do you have
no.
any idea about the Chadic War? No, okay, thank you. The Chadic War is in Chad, right, with the Tuaregs who wanted to destroy West Africa. They wanted to run over the entire West Africa. The Chadic War is one of the most brutal war that we have in West Africa by non-black Africans, okay? The last president who died, General Muhammadu Buhari, who was forced to come back to power as someone that had PTSD during that war, he's the guy that
Yes.
stopped that war. Okay,
Yeah.
he stopped those Tuaregs running all over us and taking over the continent of West
That's
Africa.
why I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you that we need to
Then he was
start.
a Fulani.
Listen. That's why I'm telling you that the Sahel needs to take over Mauritania. You feel me? and
We
move
couldn't.
on up.
We don't.
You feel me?
Nobody want
We
Mauritania back more
want
than us,
we
the
want
Fulani and the
we
Soninke.
want Algeria.
Africa is Sani Abacha was Hausa too, right?
Listen,
And
we
Ibrahim
want
Babangida
we
were they
want that
Hausa?
we want
Yeah,
that land called Algeria. We
Babangida was
want that
Hausa.
land.
Abacha
We
was
want that
Kanuri.
land
Abacha was
called
Kanuri.
Libya.
Okay.
Listen, that land
Yeah.
called Libya. Listen, that land called Libya, Algeria, Egypt, Morocco, Mauritania should be black dominated.
And this guy Abubakar
Yeah, but
Kafelewa
You,
Belewa
you
was
see
he
how
Hausa
all of
too,
you,
right?
you see how all of you packed up
I
in.
think he was.
hold up. So
I'm not
obviously,
sure. I'm not sure if he was Hausa or Fulani, but I think he was one of the tribes from the Lake Chad region, because there's a lot of Lake Chad tribes who came to what you call central belt of Nigeria today. And I think he. I don't
Abubakar
know,
Kafelewa.
CD. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I know Buhari was half Fulani, half Kanuri and Hausa. Babajida was Hausa. Abacha was
Hausa.
Kanuri. Yeah, Babajida was Hausa. Yes.
But you see,
Abacha was a
that's what I
Kanuri.
tell you. That's why most of the that time the military leader, of Nigeria come from the northern side because they just listen to the military and they get power. That's the reason,
Yes.
right? So it's
Yes.
very hard for you
Yes.
to take power
M-
from there because all of them go into
Yes,
the
because
military.
Well,
yes, the
CD, let me
Northerners,
ask that
the
question
Northerners
before I go.
dominate the army. You're right.
CD,
They still dominate the
but
army in the north,
Yeah.
and that's.
hold on, man.
Mm.
Sake. CD, let me ask, or whoever talking, let me ask CD a question. Let's get
Okay.
back to this, right? The
mhm,
the AES, right?
Right.
Since the everybody see the makeup of the AES right now, and it's not going to change for now, right?
mhm,
What would you like to see happen to them? Since you can't change the leader, you can't change the situation that they have, right? They're moving
mhm,
forward with whatever they're moving forward with, and none of us could change it.
What you gonna
So,
do?
what would you like to see happen to the AES going
Yeah,
forward
CD. Go
from
ahead.
Okay.
today,
All right. So
without
I
changing
really,
anything, because they
yeah, I
already
don't want to.
have
I
it
don't want
set?
to change. I don't want to change
Oh,
the
What you want
leadership.
to see?
I want AES to
what do you want to
gain
see?
more power. The reason I'm saying this, they have more military power. The civilians that are trying to infiltrate the assistant, the Alassane Ouattara, right? He being a huge military barrier between Burkina Faso and Ivory Coast right now. Check it out. A huge military barrier, which is a threat to AES. So what AES need to do is to recruit the same way the Burkinabe infiltrated Liberia. They should recruit someone to get rid of Alassane Ouattara, right?
Yes, you're
Once they
right.
get
You're
rid of
right.
Alassane Ouattara, they
You're
have
right.
they have a huge resources to control that part of West Africa.
Yeah, and
If
let
they
me
don't
add
do
to
that,
that.
as
but,
long
but no, I
as they're
was saying
sitting
that what
quietly, every
Let him
day
finish.
there's a plan taking against them.
CD.
All the time,
They
they always trying to
also
get
they
rid of them.
also should
Right.
listen. They also should go after this Nigerian guy and this Benin guy. Also,
The
they
Nigerian
need
guy
to.
is a big problem. I can. The
No,
Nigerian
forget
No,
guy
about
no,
is the biggest
Nigeria,
problem.
Icon. Forget about
Nigeria
Nigeria for
is
now.
No, honestly,
that's a
I
big
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
project.
That is a
I
big
think
project.
if
The
you,
Nigerian
I
guy
think,
need
Nigeria
to
is a
go.
big project.
I think you, if you
Yeah.
conquer the big fish, I think if you conquer the big fish, the small fish will chill.
The Nigerian
I,
guy
No, no,
needs
Icon,
to
let me
go.
put
The
the
reason
Icon.
Africa
why,
right
Who has?
now.
Hold on. Who has the
Well, I asked a
second
question,
biggest?
so let me
Wait,
finish
wait.
up.
yes,
One
let
second.
Delroy
Who
ask
has
his
the?
question.
Go ahead.
I
Who
was
has
I
the
was
I,
just
biggest? Who has the second biggest military in Africa right now? In West Africa right
Algeria,
now.
Well, it,
the
it, it,
biggest.
it, it, it doesn't matter. What
In
I'm
West
saying is
Africa.
that Ivory Coast, they speak French there. They speak French in Burkina Faso. They speak French in Niger. They speak French in Mali. So it will make sense for them to take Ivory Coast and be on their side, and they will gain more power, right? But if
And
they jump
and
over Ivory Coast and go into Nigeria, they're not going to have that much influence.
yeah,
You
but
know
what
what I'm
about
saying?
Okay.
Because
Benin?
of language barrier.
What about
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Benin?
I agree
Benny,
with
yeah,
that.
they can take over Benny, but Benny, Togo, they all worship Alassane Ouattara. They all of
No,
them
we
go to
already
Alassane
have
Ouattara and hate
Toga.
Ouattara.
We have Toga
Yeah.
and we
So
have Ghana.
let Delroy, you was gonna ask a question.
yeah, well, like I said, well, he answered part of the question, and that's fine.
Yeah.
This is the last thing I'm going to say. All right,
mhm,
the AES is still on a learning curve. and they're going to make mistake. Right?
Yeah.
They
I
are
agree.
trying to build their country with pressure from France, Europe, and America at the same time while trying to build the country. That's a tremendous task, right? And we shouldn't we should have only constructive criticism of them, right? That's the only
Yes,
thing we should have.
that's what I've
Anybody that's
been
against them,
doing.
anybody that's against them, you got to
This
cut them
this
off right away, right?
this what
If
me
you're
and
against them, you got to
you
cut them
guys.
off.
I
You
want
only
to
could
And
ask
have
them
also
something
Delroy.
also, Delroy. Delroy,
Please,
I want to
Delroy,
ask them
let
something.
Delroy finish his point. Let Delroy
Delroy, I
finish
let
his
me
want to
point
fin-
ask
first.
them something.
Let him finish, and I want to add
let me
something to it.
finish. Then I'm done. All right. Like I said, only constructive criticism. The thing that some people come on the show like Brandon and many others. You see what I'm saying? The first thing they want to do is criticize to bring them down, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, right? Because that's why I don't believe in tribe. I'm everybody, right? At the end of the
Me
day,
too.
these are our brothers, and they
Mm-hmm.
trying something. You saw for the first time they trying
Yeah.
something. One thing Icon said for early on, right when everybody was here, is that the Sahel, the AES, is black people
Mhm.
around the entire world last chance. This last chance to get totally free. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? That
Okay.
Okay.
in the Caribbean, South America, I don't care where any black person is. The everybody should support the AES to
I agree.
succeed. It's period. That's
Right.
all
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
That
You
those
Yeah,
are the
see,
only
okay,
I
free.
was
Those are the
I
only
was just
free
hold on,
black
I want to
countries.
add one more thing to it. I was just saying that basically, right? I know what City was saying about Alison Watara, but the only thing the AS can do, because imagine if Burkina Faso went and invaded an Ivory Coast, right? France would get involved, EU would get involved, all those other Western countries would get involved. So the best thing they can do is heighten their security, increase their military, work on their economy, and then what's going to happen is when all those African young people see how Burkina Faso, Nigeria, and Mali grow with their economies, they're either going to question their government and say, "Hey, listen, why are you not doing this?" And then if they're not doing that, then their people's going to overthrow them. But other than that, they're not going to invade no other country because that's
No,
what
no,
they
no.
want them to
No,
do.
I'm not saying they should invade. I'm saying
Let
that
me
they
say
should
something now.
form some sort of group that can go and overthrow him. Do you know
like a
recently, a few
mercenary.
months
I heard
ago,
what you
Or
said.
there was
take
this
him out.
popular
Or
musician
take
that they
him out.
killed in Cote d'Ivoire. He was a Burkinabe. They killed
No,
him,
no, of course,
Right,
yeah.
right?
right, yeah.
Hey,
But
by
no,
the
but
way,
Exactly.
but
by the
but I
way,
was just,
CD.
Was
Yo,
that?
CD.
but I was just saying, but
CD.
I was just
Hold on. Wait,
hold
wait,
on, hold
wait.
on.
CD.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. I
Yeah.
want to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
But CD, I apologize for calling you that. All right.
Right.
And since you spoke this way, I'm with you
Right.
on that. You feel me? Anyway,
Ah,
Right.
my question, right? This is my question, right?
no, but before you ask your question, I just wanted
Right.
to ask something about Burkina Faso overthrowing like neighboring countries, because this
Yeah,
is
but
something that happened in the past, by the way.
just
It's
take him
something that
out.
happened
You
in
don't
the
have to.
past, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Good
It's
night. Good
something
night,
that happened in
everybody.
the
Good night.
past. Okay, all
Yeah, good
right.
night,
okay.
So
Delroy.
it's not.
All right, this was
All
my
Yeah,
right.
it's
Okay.
question.
it,
This is my
it,
question
it,
to
it
my
is.
boys. Hold on, hold on,
Oh
hold on.
shoot.
All right, leave that alone. Leave the past. No, I'm talking about. Aren't we angry? Hold on. I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna ask my people this, right? Some goddamn European, our former colonizers, right? Seeming very angry. And sneakily they're trying
Mm-hmm.
to hurt us, right? They're trying to hurt your brother.
Right.
Whether it's all the black countries, whether it's Senegal, Guinea, Gambia, Liberia, any one of these countries, are we gonna sit there and
Do you know
have
what my
these
biggest
people?
fear?
Hold on, are
Mm.
we gonna sit there and have these people attack our people? And what we do, just brush over it. We're not gonna get upset. We're not mad. We don't see this as declaration of war, and we need to declare war. Also, I mean, like, don't we see this as personal? We don't see this as personal.
I do see.
Hold on. Just calm down, Al. Are we going to make
Finish. Let me land.
these people? No. Hold on. Wait. Are we gonna make these people walk around in our communities and in our goddamn free like that? Just that's how we gonna do it?
No.
And have them target our leaders. You see that? You see
the only thing I don't feel comfortable, I can, is when you are not allowed to criticize.
Al, you can't even wait and let a man have a voice. What's wrong with you, man?
You're long-winded, bro. Okay, that's fine. Go on.
Same with you. Look at the pot calling the kettle black. Anyway, so what I'm saying, man, is like we actually need to stop brushing over things and take things personally. People is attacking us. It's not them is being attacked. It's us. It's like this is how we look at ourselves, like just the individual. And don't we see those people are white and those people are Arabs and we are the black ones. And what we gonna do? We gonna have these people attack our people, another black person, and have them defeated, and we just sit there? Is that what we gonna do?
But the thing is that it's a lot of politics behind that. So that's why mainly the AS is just focused on themselves right now. They're not really like. I mean,
no. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the rest of the countries too. I'm talking about.
Okay, I can. My only problem is where I don't feel comfortable.
And I'm not talking about.
Where I don't feel. Hold on. Where I don't feel comfortable is when you're not allowed to criticize. You are building dictatorship upon dictatorship. Okay, by doing what you guys are doing, you're building dictatorship upon dictatorship, where people are not allowed to have criticism of what's going on, and they're not allowed to have their own opinion. This is how we build dictators, okay? And that needs to stop and slow down. I understand. I don't know what you personally doing about stopping those people that are killing our people, but I know I got family members that been in the Sahel. I got people that are fighting in the Sahel, okay? So I am telling you, right? The Africans that you see in West Africa today, yeah, this Arab invasion or this war that you see that happening in West Africa, me and CD can tell you this is nothing new. The reason why West Africa is the most black part of Africa is because of our ancestors, rest in peace, who managed to fight for our sovereignty. Okay, so don't take this lightly. This AES guy, what they're doing now, is just a continuation.
Guys, we got to close out. Everyone, thanks so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family. Dynasty Mirror, search for Huru. Peace.
Danful offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa. To learn more, visit danful.africa.